York Mets baseball. 880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS FM HD2, New York. Don.
Give me a piece of wood. I'll eat it.
Hahn.
Peter, the most you sweat is at a buffet.
And Rosenberg.
I'll be honest, the one thing I miss about having an office is the taste of Steve Hart's nuts.
This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome. It is 3 o'clock in the big city. It's a Friday. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg closing out the weekend, ready for a weekend in which we're going to see 60-degree temperatures.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. It's not going to be gorgeous, but compared to what we've been through, I'll take it, man.
I'm taking
Should
it.
be a lot of fun. Boy, did it rain yesterday, but you know what the great thing about that was? Got rid of a lot of the snow. We're getting closer and closer, fellas. We're almost there. You can smell it.
Sniff it.
Spring
No, that was me. Sorry.
is right around the corner. No, this is not what you sniff dead. You sniff alive.
You sniff it to life is what you're saying.
Sniff it to life, absolutely. You can sniff tiger dead. You sniff spring
Wow.
alive. You make it work for you, and that's what we're trying to do here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Hopefully everybody is having a great day, and thanks for hanging with us to close it out, your work week. We appreciate that. Take you right up to 7 o'clock. We got a full frontal show today, right up to Ty Butler, who's filling in for Dan Grasso, who filled in for Rick DiPietro today.
Wait,
So
hold on.
The
So
dominoes fell into place.
Okay, got it. You said it was Dan was for Rick,
Right.
and Ty is in for Dan.
That's right.
All
So
right.
we got it all settled. Leads you up in some Knicks basketball. That's why Allen's got the suit and tie on, because the Knicks begin their road trip in Denver against the Nuggets, as the gauntlet is just down to 2 games, Denver and the Lakers, to see if they can't close this thing out at 6-4, right, Allen? And you take that and run.
Yes, you would. You certainly would.
So we've got that on the table. The World Baseball Classic is underway.
Oh, like you dream about.
I mean, how are
And
we even on the air right now?
Considering 2/3 of the show didn't realize that until Anthony said it, tells
Sure
me
we didn't. Well,
I think we're
we
good.
2/3? 2/3.
Well, so
Wait, you're not going with 3/3.
you know, the whole show just sounded. It's like 98% sounds higher than 100%. Like there's just something about being close to 100. It's almost like you gave up and said the whole show didn't care.
Yeah.
But no, the whole show didn't care. But
Does
we'll
not care.
We'll keep an eye out. Listen, I'm sure it'll
I'm not
build
saying.
momentum.
I'm not saying I won't care.
Oh,
I'm
no.
saying
I'm
saying I
right.
I said
I'm with
I
you.
currently
I'm
don't
with you.
care.
That's
We
the
will-
best way to put it.
Yeah.
It's
Thank
not
you.
that I don't care or won't care. Just right now, I'm out.
No, well,
No,
I'm
no,
sure it'll
I'm not
build
in yet.
momentum as it gets going here.
Yeah.
That's the, Alan took my beautiful phrase and he fumbled it.
I
Because
fumbled.
because it is the difference is between won't and don't. I'm not saying that I won't care. I'm saying that currently I don't care.
That's it.
But
So it's very
but
clear.
no. But by Monday, Tuesday, Alan, by next Thursday, we may be saying, "Hey, throw it on." We're talking about it during the show. We're in, like, who knows?
We might. And we
right
might
now,
Well, it's like the NBA regular season. It doesn't matter until you all of a sudden care that
decide it matters.
you know, and we haven't gotten to that point yet.
Yeah.
But because it's right now 3:03, we are
In the big city.
technically
Sure.
past the trade deadline of the NHL, and there hasn't been a lot of movement. The Devils didn't do anything. The Islanders did. The Islanders traded for Braden Schenn, captain of the Blues, forward, 34 years old, but he was on the championship team in 2019 and contributed. So he's a cup winner. He's a leader. He's a versatile forward that can play a bunch of lines. He can center. He can play wing. And with Anthony Duclair in the doghouse, this makes a lot of sense. Now, first and a third is a lot to give up and a prospect, but I have to assume the prospect isn't anything that's going to hurt Islander fans. We'll wait and see on that. But, guys, you have a team that feels like they might be able to make a run. It feels wide open in the NHL. It does. I know Tampa has been unbelievable, but they've had some ups and downs. Carolina has not proven they can get past the second round. I think you match up well with the Penguins. I know the Islanders lost a couple of games out west, but that's coming off a 5-game winning streak. So to me, when you've got a chance to do something, you do it. And this is a move for the postseason. This is a veteran guy that can kind of replace Kyle Palmieri's veteran leadership. And I like it. And I'm not worried about picks right now. I'm a brand new general manager that's trying to make a splash with a team that looks like it might have a shot here to at least get to the conference final. And if I'm the Islanders, I don't spit at that. So I like this deal. It's a lot to give up, but I like it.
Yeah, look, down middle defense is important. If you're not going to get a top-line guy, which is really hard to do, the Islanders like a lot of their top prospects. They don't want to give up those guys. They had a great draft last year.
Yeah.
And so what you're trying to do is invest in right now with also a player that's a vet that can it brings character to the room, leadership, all the stuff that you want. So it's not a sexy move, but it's a sneaky good move, and we'll see if it turns into something like later on where you go, hey, wow, that was a great pickup. Hey, you get a guy who wears a C on his chest, and he also has his name on the cup. I mean, you're bringing somebody into the room that's got some stuff about him. But how about this, Don? Peter? So the Islanders played last night in L.A., flew to San Jose because they're going to play the Sharks this weekend. Who plays the Sharks tonight? The Blues. They're in the same hotel. So that was a pretty easy deal to do and not much movement. You're going to have your guy in uniform. I mean, you don't have to worry about it. So it actually worked out.
No, it did. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but it did work
no,
out.
But it's just the coincidence
from
of
a
it, though,
convenience
right?
standpoint.
How about that,
listen,
though? You don't have to really worry about it flying him in and all that stuff. He's right there.
But unlike the NBA deadline and Major League Baseball's deadline, the NHL's deadline is late in the year. I mean, we're down to teens as far as games left are concerned for a lot of teams. So you don't want guys that, they're going to miss a game because they're traveling, trying to get there, get acclimated. Man, you got to hit the ground running. Now, the Islanders know they're a playoff team, but it's not locked in yet. They don't want to throw games away. They just made a move. They want this guy to be able to play. Now, he should be able to play against San Jose and get going. NBA's deadline felt like it was a year ago, right? Baseball has theirs at the end of July, with still all of August, September, to play. Hockey season is down to a month left, and so they're making these deals. And the reason we're jumping off here, though, is the one team that was relatively quiet, the Rangers. They made a prospect deal. Carrick got moved for a pick. Nothing really from the Rangers. Soucy was dealt a couple of weeks ago. So Chris Drury sent out a letter saying they were going to reimagine this thing. And they haven't done it yet. And it looks like no deals at the deadline. Trocheck's not going anywhere. Apparently the price was too high for Minnesota. I think Trocheck would have been a perfect fit for the Islanders, but that's not kind of the deal that the Islanders and the Rangers are going to make. So it looks like they're punting till the summer. But you sent out a letter. So you obviously felt like something big was going to happen that was going to really change the face of this organization. Yet Zibanejad is still here. Fox is still here. Like, nobody of Trocheck is still here. There's still the only thing, Panarin. That was it. But Panarin wasn't going to get re-signed anyway. So that wasn't the facelift that was suggested by Dolan and Drury when they sent out the letter. So what could happen that couldn't happen now but could happen in the summer? Well, here's our very own Emily Kaplan on TSN earlier today, breaking that Trocheck's not going anywhere and what might be happening for the Blue Shirts during the course of the offseason.
I know a lot of people are wondering, okay, what about Adam Fox, maybe even Igor Shesterkin? Those aren't going to happen until at least the summer, if at all. And Braden Schneider is another guy that I know a lot of teams are interested in. Sounds like they want to punt that decision to the summer as well.
Tell you what, if Shesterkin is on the market in the summer, that is going to be big game hunting. There's no disputing that. Who do you have your eye on in terms of...
Big if.
Now, listen, let's not ignore what the last thing she said, big if. But that's what you're talking about, moving a Fox, moving an Igor Shesterkin during the offseason. That's what you send a letter out for. Now, you're not moving Shesterkin now. Teams don't make big deals for goaltenders at the deadline. Bennington's available, still at Blue. Bobrovsky's available. He's a free agent at the end of the year, still a Panther. And both of those teams are out of it. Bringing a goaltender of that significance, that's an off-season move. So are you ready as a Ranger fan to see that? Because I think a lot of Ranger fans are like, no, we build around Shesterkin. We build around Fox. Well, if you really are going to make a turn here, unfortunately, those are the names that have to be sent out there. Otherwise, really, what are you doing?
That's what it feels like. I think the what are you doing is, if you're a Ranger fan, that's what you're feeling as the deadline passed, is you were maybe bracing for the goodbyes, right? I mean, you saw was it Will Cooley who talked about what Trocheck meant to him? And he in a post-game interview. Last night was interesting for the Rangers when it comes to, it's now you're starting to see the younger players and see if they could pop off the screen to finish the season. that's your reason now to watch the rest of the year. But this unofficially, Don, is the end of the Ranger season right here. Like, there's really nothing else going on other than watching your younger players and here's the other weird part. It's the frustration or the angst of winning games now that you don't want to because of the stupid lottery, which we've talked about, of course, before. So this is all you got left. So there was something at least to be maybe some closure at the deadline if a couple of these names that you saw circulating, you saw Fox in that interview a couple of games ago where he clearly is miserable, clearly is down, and clearly thought he was on his way out. And now this all has to get pushed to his summer. And I'm telling you, the bloodletting's not over. You could, if you're talking about rebuilding a team, you know what the pieces you have to move and you have to get more for. And I think, and I've said this about the NBA trade deadline too, you'll get more in the offseason a lot of times than you will at the deadline. You try to do shotgun weddings at the deadline. Desperate teams who know they desperately need something and are willing to go all in. But there's less of that these days than there used to be back in the old days. You don't normally see that kind of chips to the middle of the table. I'm giving up, future drafts because I'm going for it this year. Because there's no other sport where I feel like, and I don't want to use the word crapshoot, but the Stanley Cup playoffs might be the most improbable, impossible thing to predict than in any other sport. Would you agree?
Yes.
Like, you just don't know. So I don't know if you can at a trade deadline, if you're another team, make a bold move at the deadline feeling like this guarantees us a run to the Cup. But in the summer, when you know what your team is and you have a whole training camp to build your team, I think there's a better chance that you'll see more movement. And maybe that's what Drury's waiting for, better offers.
Because in all sports, bad teams move guys that have expiring contracts out at the deadline. That's what you do. I'm going to lose this guy, like what happened with Panarin. I'm going to lose this guy. I'm not re-signing him. Let me get something.
That's true.
But, that's not Fox. That's not Igor Shesterkin. That's not Vincent Trocheck. These guys are under contract. Those are the ones that get moved during the offseason. Guys at the deadline. That's why the Devils didn't make any moves, because they didn't have any unrestricted free agents to move. So that's why they didn't make a deal. Teams that are in a position to make a run, that's a different story. They're looking to take on salary. They're looking to be better, and then the future be damned. But the teams that are thinking down the road, they're thinking, I got to move expiring contracts. Rangers didn't have that. Devils didn't have that. That's why they didn't make a move. But during the offseason, I think both the Devils and the Rangers are going to be very active to reimagine their teams. Molly Walker confirms no Trocheck deal. Trocheck's still here.
Yeah,
Now,
that Drury had a price, nobody would meet it, so that price will stick for the offseason,
right, because
I'm sure.
Again, he's under contract, so I don't have to worry about losing him.
Yeah.
And here's the little thing, and if you want to jump in on this, 1-800-919-3776, is that Gavin McKenna is the consensus first overall pick in the draft. Now, he made news back in February because of punching out some guy outside a bar.
A heckler, yeah.
He hasn't been cleared of all charges, but it was originally
Should
a felony.
be all right.
He's not.
But this kid's for those who don't know, he's at Penn State. This kid's a show. He is an absolute show.
So the Rangers are going to be in the lottery. Now, the NHL has a lottery system, so you don't have to be the worst team. We have seen you not be the worst team. When the Rangers got the pick, they weren't the worst team, right? So they are going to be in the draft lottery. I believe, I haven't been told this, but it makes sense. If they were to win the draft lottery, then maybe you're keeping Trocheck, you're keeping Shesterkin, you're keeping Fox, and you're hoping that McKenna could be next year's version of what Schaefer has been for the Islanders,
or Celebrini, or any of those guys.
Right,
that
or
came
Celebrini in San Jose.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, that is a quick fix where now I've got the consensus #1 pick on my team. I got a past Norris Trophy winner. I got a Vezina Trophy winner. I got to go win me faceoffs. Then I'm going to keep Schneider, and I'm going to see if I can build around this kid. If you end up picking 8th, then you're like, you know what? I'm not going to get an impact player in this draft, and now I can really commence with the rebuild. So this allows them to kind of see. I think where they land in the draft lottery will depend on how aggressive they are with these guys. If they don't win the draft lottery, if they deepen the first round with the lottery, then I could see a lot of this getting moved during the offseason. So prepare yourself. Wasn't going to happen now, but it does not mean it's not going to happen during the course of the summer. Very interesting offseason for the New York Rangers.
The Igor thing, though, I know she said if 3 times to just clarify. Don, I can't Like, that's one piece. I don't know. It's so hard to have a goalie. When you have a goalie, you have a chance. Obviously, everybody says that all the time. I can't imagine that. That's the one where I'm like, wait, there's a lot of pieces you can move. He's in his prime. He's under contract. The Rangers have had this lineage of goaltenders from Van Beesbrook to Richter to obviously to Hank, and now to this guy. Like, that's what you've been known for. I don't know. Igor can't possibly be somebody. Now, teams might call, but I can't. You'd have to give me a boatload to move him.
But I'm telling you, take a look at guys that have won cups. All right, Bobrovsky's won back-to-back cups. Florida didn't draft him. Matter of fact, you got to go back to Philadelphia, right? He was in Philadelphia, he was in Columbus, and now he finally finds himself in Florida, and now he's on his way to the Hall of Fame. Binnington was a guy that was not on anybody's radar. They called him up the year they won the Cup. As a matter of fact, he's a really big money goaltender, but I'm not really exactly sure how great he is. And now he's on a team that's an also ran
last place. Yeah.
Too many guys like Javi Bulin and Niemi and Kemper and Hill have won Stanley Cups. If I've got listen, is Colorado going to win the Cup because who their goaltender is, or are they going to win the Cup because they've got a world-class defenseman? They got 2 or 3 world-class forwards. Having a great. The Rangers had Henrik Lundqvist, and they rode him all the way to the Stanley Cup final and a couple of President's trophies. But at the end of the day, this lineage you're talking about, it's not Montana to Young that produced 5 championships. If you're going to go to Richter, Lundqvist to Shesterkin, it's 1 championship, and it was 32 years ago.
So you don't think
if I can reimagine my team, Alan,
yeah.
with him, I'm going to think about that strongly.
So it's really changed then. The whole mindset of having the goaltender changed, right? Because it used to be built from the goal out, right? And that's the set. So if you have one, you just hold on to him because it's harder to find. It's like a quarterback in the NFL. It's harder to find that piece, and you don't want that to now suddenly be the weakness. All right, we built this really good team, and now we can't find the goalie. Like you'd have to, like I said, you'd have to get a boatload back for somebody like this. No?
Of course. I'm not telling you just to make the move, but if you really want to change the specter of this franchise, this is what you have to do.
Would you say that's your biggest piece when it comes to
Without
a rebuild?
Question.
You could get the
listen, I love
most.
Adam. I think Adam Fox is a good kid.
Yeah.
I think he's a great defenseman, but he won a Norris Trophy in a 56-game season when all you did was play the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
All right? And he's and it's somebody that you'd like to keep, but you got to take the call. You got to take the call on Shesterkin. These are because where are you? How long is this going to take? All right, the first letter they sent out, they ended up going quicker because Panarin became available, and there was legitimate conversations in that room when Panarin became available. Do we really want to speed this process up, or do we want to have it be a slow burn? And it was like 50-50, and they decided to sign Panarin, and it really worked out. They went to 2 conference finals with him in 3 years, right? But most of the time is like, how long is this going to take? If it's going to take 3 years, how old is Adam going to be by the time you turn the corner? How old is Shesterkin going to be by the time you turn the corner? Now, they're still relatively young guys, but the point is that I don't know if there's a quick fix where a year from now they're going to be great. Unless McKenna comes in, because that's what turned San Jose's now a playoff contender. Why? Because Celebrini's been amazing.
He's really good, yeah.
Right? And Schaefer's been amazing. So if you get McKenna, maybe it changes. But if you end up with a 7th, 8th overall pick, how long is this going to take?
Right. I mean, again, I see what you're saying. Igor at 30 is a different story than if it was Igor at 27 or 26. I completely understand that.
Yeah.
But I also, like, it's
but it
just
still hurts,
for
though.
me. Yeah, that's it, Peter, right? Like,
that's it.
There's certain players where if you're a fan, like, the inevitable's coming, you're going to lose certain pieces. But that one feels like the one that if you're a Ranger fan, that's the one where you probably would freak out. And the fact that she didn't say no. I know Emily said if, but there's certain players when they bring up a name and you go, no, that's not happening.
Well,
right? There's certain players you'll do that. That didn't happen there.
Well, I'm going to tell you why she said those 2 names. Because they sent a letter out saying they're going to reimagine the roster. How do you do that and keep those guys?
Yeah.
I mean, even if Zibanejad lifted his no-trade clause, what do you get for Mika Zibanejad at this rate, right? But Adam Fox, Igor Shesterkin, even a Braden Schneider, who's not Fox, but he's younger and he's a really good. Like, who are we having the conversation about? Like trading good players, and you're going to have to try to find a way to replace them. Well, if you want to rebuild, this is what you have to do. You have to give up some guys that'll hurt, but it'll speed up getting things back. They're a long way from being a contender. They're going to miss the playoffs for the second consecutive year. They're going to be the worst team in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
It's a little different with the Devils. They went to the playoffs last year. They're still mathematically alive. I think they've got way more talent right now than the Rangers do. So maybe the Devils can all of a sudden, in a 1 or 2 moves, get themselves back into the conversation. The Rangers, it feels like it's going to be a much bigger build unless you're really going to start thinking about moving some significant pieces. And honestly, looking at that roster, what are you going to get for Will Cooley? I like him. He's a nice player. What are you getting for him?
But this is really this is the unofficial end of the season for the Rangers. Like, this was the last thing to really pay close attention to see, all right, is Drury going to make some moves here at the deadline and really shake things up and really set them up? I don't want to say tank, but if you take some pieces away and play nothing but your Wolfpack team, your AHL guys, your young guys, you're going to be deep in the lottery and have a great chance to win it with a pretty spectacular star quality player available in this coming draft. Like, that's what I was curious about. And now you'll also see like who ends up like getting scratched. I'm really curious to see how they handle the rest of this season, man.
I just don't think that because Vincent Trocheck wasn't dealt that he can't get dealt, and that this doesn't mean that the letter was for nothing.
No,
I don't think this
it gets
is
pushed
done.
to the offseason. It's going to be in the summer, draft night.
I am telling you, the letter was not for nothing.
No.
All right,
I agree.
So something's coming. So now it's just a question of what is coming, and there's only so many things that they can do. Now Trocheck, again, they can get him for maybe even more of a haul during the offseason, depending on what happens in the playoffs with these teams. Believe me, maybe Minnesota would give up more to get him if they get bounced in the first round, which is the distinct possibility based on the stupid NHL format they have, where they're going to have to play Dallas in the first round. Right? So, no, I am not again, the only thing I will say that could make the letter disappear is if McKenna is drafted. That might be this year's version of Panarin, where this speeds things up.
Because now you feel like you have a dynamic, potentially top 6 guy that you would want to have vets and talent around as he grows up.
Right, but that's going to be very, very difficult to do. So this is on the table at 1-800-919-3776. I know Ranger fans get excited about the deadline, and as you said, it's really the last thing to get excited about, and now it's officially over with nothing really too significant to talk about. But just like the New Jersey Devils protect their home ice, Viking Pest Control protects your home.
Oh, I see what you did.
Wow.
And I know
it's Friday.
because I use Viking at my own place. And as the pest control provider and proud partner of the New Jersey Devils, Viking brings 45 years of trusted experience and expert service to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, and even mosquitoes out of your zone. Weather's starting to warm up, which means the bugs are going to start to come back, so pay attention. Their local team builds a personalized game plan that actually works. So if you got a rodent problem, if you got an insect problem, they will work through it with you. And if you've got both, well, you can bundle your pest control with mosquito service, and you could score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit Viking Pest Control, or VikingPest.com, protecting your home inside and out. Jets quarterback stuff is really heating. Everybody's got an idea who the next Jet quarterback is going to be, and the list all of a sudden is starting to grow. We've got a Fraud Alert Friday, we've got ENN, and we got a full vehicle. This is very rare, guys. A full vehicle, and no one's leaving.
That's right.
I'm
Giving
not
the
going
Irish
anywhere.
goodbye. Don's got a Devil game.
Nope.
Allen's got a Nick game. Well, he's got a Nick game, but it's way after 7
Tonight.
o'clock. So all three, right till 7, full frontal, letting it hang on ESPN New York.
Okay.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. 0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
March is here and the madness is underway. Schweppes offers above the rim refreshment and is proud to sponsor the Big East Conference. Take a break from the action with a Schweppes seltzer. Enjoy 7 refreshing flavors such as black cherry, lemon lime, cranberry lime, and strawberry mango. Each Schweppes seltzer flavor provides a perfect touch for any occasion. Schweppes, a sparkling tradition since 1783 and the perfect way to elevate your everyday refreshment. Stop by your local food bazaar to get your favorite Schweppes seltzer for a slam dunk experience.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
Gold is now over $5,100 an ounce, and silver is at an all-time high. Now is the best time to cash in on your unused gold and silver by going to the Estates Roadshow. Gold and silver, old rings, chains, and even broken jewelry. Don't wait. Cash in while gold and silver are hot. 2 locations this week: Staten Island at the Hilton Garden Inn and Old Bridge at TMT Cash for Gold. Bring your gold, silver, coins, diamonds, and watches, even broken pieces, and get cash on the spot. The prices of gold and silver are at an all-time high, so there's never been a better time to sell. No appointments, no fees, no pressure. Just friendly professional buyers with over 35 years in the business. Go to the Estates Roadshow Monday through Friday in Staten Island at the Hilton Garden Inn and Friday through Tuesday in Old Bridge at TMT Cash for Gold, the bright yellow building on Route 9 South. Get some cash in your hands today at the Estates Roadshow. For more info, follow Estates Roadshow on Facebook or go to tmtcashforgold.com.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon and happy Flat Tire Friday. We've got pothole repairs out there on the roads over in Jersey. Garden State Parkway southbound, 2 lanes out by exit 137 in Cranford. Jam there and backed up into Irvington. Some more roving repairs on the belt westbound, heading over to the Verrazano in Brooklyn. Bumper to bumper there from Rockaway Parkway. Heading over to the outbound George, best of it right now, southbound Deegan and Henry Hudson. Inbound George, still have construction on the upper deck, about a 20 to 30 minute ride. Outbound Lincoln and Holland Tunnels are in about 10 to 15 minutes each. Hitting the brakes on the northern state westbound in Nassau County, a crash by the Wantagh involving a mini school bus. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now, but I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code VAN for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code VAN for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code VAN.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, fellas,
It's totally time.
Yep.
The Knicks visit the Nuggets with coverage immediate on 880 at 8:30, and St. John's closes out the regular season the road against Seton Hall with coverage on 10:50 at 8:40.
Good job. Tullamore Dew, the original triple still, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey.
Whoa.
Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Say goodbye.
Well, we found our new announcer.
There it is. I don't know if
Don sounds different.
That we found our new announcer. That's done.
He got a little shy, but I thought he did all
Wait,
right.
wait. First of all, we have a lot to break down here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Number one, I would say that was in the years that I've been doing the program, I think that was the best execution of let's have someone's kid do something that I've ever seen.
Oh, wow.
I mean, respectfully, every other time I've ever been a part of it, the said children that are asked to do it just completely go silent. I mean, you cannot get a word. I mean, Don, how many times between your kids and Michael's was there just dead air because we were hoping someone would talk?
There was a little dead air.
This was iconic right now. We just got it done.
Well, I appreciate that. It was a little dead air just because it was he was slipping off of my lap, and I also had to pivot away from immediately following Dan Grassa, which was on the script, and I didn't want him to be wrong because it's Ty Butler.
No, you can't have that.
I did send an update.
Well, that's true. But I printed the one from earlier because I do my due diligence. But at least I got the reads right. So good job out of Marco. Now he's back playing his video games, but we've proven he can read.
Now, it's unfortunate it wasn't on YouTube. I don't think that was a YouTube vehicle.
It could have been.
I don't know what happened. There's no video right now. There's still been no video. But I will say this.
Video.
There's video? Now there's video.
Yeah. Okay.
As of now. Now, I will say this. We may have a drop that came from as well.
Okay.
He most certainly referred to the university as, I believe, St. John's University. Which really, I mean.
Well, he's into death metal.
Well, isn't it? But did you ever cross your mind until that moment how close the words saint and Satan are to one another?
Well, I think that's part of it.
That's never crossed my mind, actually.
You know, it's like it's love and hate. It's the razor's edge, right?
It's right. It's right on the line.
They're right on the line. But I don't know how familiar he is with like the abbreviation of saint at this point, right?
I thought he did a great job.
But and yeah, I don't think he's ever had to say Seton Hall, so that was a little bit of a struggle too. Because there's no Seton, there's no right.
I see. Now that's the school. It's really, if he said Satan Hall, that I can understand.
I'm not sure if maybe it was Satan Hall.
All right.
But
way, I think you're right. I think that's what he probably said, Satan Hall. Kind of like the former Islander Miroslav Shatan, who actually spelled his name Satan.
Yeah,
I pronounced it Shatan.
Yeah, and he
you know what?
Been a
Just
devil
go
for
it.
life.
Yeah,
should
have been a devil. Never happened. All right, 1-800-919-37. Is that a strange pull?
Not a strange pull.
Not when you're talking about Satan.
Not for me. I know who he is.
But if you're talking about Satan, Miroslav Shatan is not a strange pull.
Yeah.
If we were talking about the Knicks' chances of making it to the final, I pulled him Miroslav Shatan. Well, then it's a strange pull. All right, 1-800-919-3776. Let's start the conversation off with Peter and Sandy Hook. You're on ESPN New York. What is up, Peter?
I think you did a great job, guys.
Thank you.
Did.
Maybe you can become GM of the Rangers. Listen, can we get a bag of pucks for Drury? Because you don't trade Trocheck. I'm glad he didn't, because you need a veteran who happens to be one of the best face-off defensive forwards in the league if you're going to bring young kids in. He's decimated this team, got a bag of pucks for Panarin, who, yes, Panarin's a great player. Was he the number one player? No.
What were you going to get for him? Wait a minute, Peter. What were you going to get for Panarin? He did not want to go anywhere but the Los Angeles Kings. What are you going to do? Keep him and lose him for nothing?
He resigned for $11 million, not 13, for 2 years. You couldn't have done that?
No, they didn't want to.
They didn't want to. What are you going to have Panarin here for?
That's what I'm talking about. Their thinking is wrong. You need players like that to build around. If you're going to tear the team
build
down,
around a 34-year-old guy that the Ranger fans killed that did outside of the goal in Game 7 against the Penguins, which was on the power play, that he doesn't do anything in the playoffs. Come on, man. I really don't know why Ranger fans hate Chris Drury.
I have underwear older than most Ranger fans. Panarin was not a playoff guy. He's a guy that gets you to the playoffs.
But what do you... They were not going to. Why would you re-sign Artemi Panarin on a team that's in a rebuild?
Peter wants to keep the same core.
Well,
for a
we've been
fourth
through
coach.
this. We've been all through this. Everybody hates Drury for not making deals. He didn't give the no movement clause to Zibanejad, did he? Did he give it to Kreider? Did he give it to all these guys? And I got news for you. I found this out. I didn't even realize it. That Jonathan Kovacevic of the Devils, talk about the strange pull, and he's playing for the team right now, has a no-movement clause. All these general managers pass these things out like chiclets. You know why? Because we're in a cap sport, and players value the no-movement clause like money. So if I want to get a team under the cap, you throw him a no-movement clause and hope he waives it. Mika Zibanejad, the one guy on the face of the earth, him and Parenko, that won't do it. Otherwise, most of these guys will do it.
Yeah, Schenn did. He had no move.
Exactly. So they hate Drury because the team is not winning. But a lot of the problems happened before Drury got here. He's trying to clean it up, and you had to clean it up. Why does everybody want to hold on to the team, and then they kill the players when you hold on to them? They were killing Trouba. They were killing Kreider. They were killing Panarin. Now you're crying in your pillow they're gone? You're mad because they're losing and you want somebody's head on a platter. It's not Chris.
The worst thing, Don, Peter, is when a team is bad because fans don't know what to do, and they always want to blame someone. So when you're watching, you blame players, and then you blame the GM for building the team. You blame the coach. You don't know really like that's I think that's what you're going to start seeing now. Rangers fans have no idea who to be mad at because it's just like you've changed the coach 3 times. Well, it can't be the coach.
And I love Peter too, where he's get a bag of pucks for Drury and then compliments him on not trading Trouba.
That's right.
Because you don't have to give away a player that's got 2 years left on his contract. You give away a player who has a contract that's expiring at the end of the year.
Yeah.
He dangled him out there, wanted a certain price, didn't get it, pulled him back. That's smart.
They were fans are angry, understandably. This has not been. I have not had an enjoyable year. Okay, this has not been fun.
Watching too.
And I watch every game.
You love it.
You watch it. It's
I watch.
Putting a cigarette butt out in your palm.
But
that's what he's doing.
If he's holding his price, and the report, rumor, whatever you want to call it, is Bill Guerin offered Charlie Stramel, who was not the Wild's #1 prospect, maybe a first-round pick and other things, and Drury said not good enough. Dangled to everybody else, and Trocheck did not want to go west, and he has a 12-team no-trade list. So everybody could say, look at what Nick Roy got for going to Colorado. He wasn't going to Colorado. So that deal wasn't on the table for Drury. He didn't have the opportunity to trade him west. And everybody hated the Panarin return.
What was
and he had no
get?
choice. So you didn't like the Panarin deal. Drury stuck to his guns. And he said, I don't want to move Trocheck for this. Let's kick the can down the road. Because why not? You have a center. They need one now with JT Miller on the IR. Johnny Brodzinski, God love him, was playing second-line center last night. So I don't think this is a bad thing. Is it going to be the best return now? No. But it is what it is.
I'll tell you this, Anthony, too. You know, I don't know what Panarin's ulterior motive was. I don't know the Kings are going to be very good while he's under contract there. Kopitar's leaving. The team's not very good.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he wanted out, and he only wanted to go to the Kings. What kind of general managers be able to get a haul when a guy tells you, I only want to go to one place?
Yeah.
Can't even use leverage. And bringing him back for $22 million over 2 years is not helping the situation any. Nick at Ocean Grove, you're on ESPN New York. What's up, Nick?
Hey, Nick.
Hey, so I want to take a little bit more of a rational approach, even though it's hard to contain my emotions with the Rangers now. But I just think Drury has a history of mismanagement here. So I understand the point. He didn't give out the no-movement clauses, all that. So the core of the team was not him. But the core of the team got them to 2 conference finals and a President's Trophy. So we got to judge him on his deadline moves, off-season moves, and drafts. None of the draft prospects have really shown too many great signs. And then you go back to 24 when they didn't make the big splash. Well, they needed a right wing. They know Frank Vetrano was apparently the only person who could play between Kreider and Mika, and they had the offer there for Kakko and a first. He didn't want to give up Kakko, was fine with the first for Henrique and Vetrano. Then the next year, a few months later, he gives up Kakko. So that just seems like mismanagement to me right there. And now we're being sold on a retool, but then the conversation we're having is, well, in the summer, we got to maybe look at Shesterkin, maybe look at Fox. That's not a retool. That's a full-blown breakdown.
Make no mistake, Nick. That's all hogwash. Retool, reimagining. They're going to rebuild.
It's a rebuild.
But nobody wants to say rebuild in New York, so they're going to tell you that they're going to reimagine it. They're going to retool. It is going to be a rebuild. Make no mistake about that.
Well, that's semantics, and here's why it's semantics. Because the last time that Drury did stuff that involved guys with no move clauses and no trade clauses, the locker room got upset because guys got moved that necessarily didn't want to move.
Mm-hmm.
He can't call this a rebuild until he gets confirmation from guys with no move clauses that he'd like to move that would make it a complete rebuild, that they're ready to move. Adam Fox, based on his last 2 post-game press conferences, doesn't sound all that enthused about staying. That could change.
Right.
Igor Shesterkin hasn't said anything because he says, I don't speak English, I didn't read the letter. In English.
Right.
So, until those guys, if he sits down with them, and apparently he did when he wrote the letter, and all the no-move clause guys, which I mentioned a couple times on this show, said, we're sticking through this. If by the offseason they say, you know what, Chris? I don't want to be here anymore. Guess what? Now the letter could be from a retool to a rebuild, but he's not going to call it a rebuild because he's not going to put himself in a situation where he moves guys that don't want to get moved again.
What Anthony's saying, everybody needs to understand then, because you laid that out really well, Anthony, because that does explain now that, because I keep saying, well, the fans don't know who to be mad at. Now you know. If you want to see things change, it's the players who have to say, I'll remove my no move clause. Because the general manager's hands are tied if all these players that aren't performing anymore to the level that you would expect them to perform, if they all are refusing to be traded. And they have the power to do that. So how can you be mad at a general manager whose hands are tied when he can't move certain pieces?
And also, he flippantly says, well, you could have traded Kakko. He was the 2nd overall pick in the draft.
They wanted to give him more time.
You want to be able to give him some runway. And then he ran out of runway, and then they traded him. And they traded him for a defenseman in Borgen, who they re-signed. Now, I'm not saying that that's equal value for the 2nd overall pick in the draft, but they did find a defenseman that they immediately re-signed. So, and Kakko hasn't found it yet in Seattle. He's been better, but whatever. You're going to give a little latitude. They gave the latitude to Lafreniere. He took that, got a contract, and we haven't seen him since. So a lot of these things fall on the players too, but I'm not just getting rid of a 2nd overall pick in the draft until I find out there's no place else for this kid to go. And they did. They gave him some runway, and he didn't take advantage of it, and then they eventually dealt him. But they got something back in return for him anyway. You want to kill him for the draft picks? Okay. No general manager's perfect. But to say that he keeps changing coaches to try to give this team a chance to do it. And you talk about, they went to the conference finals. They won a President's Trophy. And then the same guys are going to miss the playoffs back-to-back years.
How long have I said I didn't agree with that decision, by the way?
Well, but still. Again, I'm not sitting here telling you that he's the perfect general manager. But to make him the sole reason why they're in this situation just seems a little unfair to me. 1-800-919-3776. More quarterbacks entering the fray for the Jets. Fraud Alert Friday at 4:30. ENN at 6. Don on Rosenberg till 7 o'clock, and then it's Ty Butler here on ESPN New York.
18th ranked St. John's close out the regular season on the road against Seton Hall. Coverage begins today at 8:40 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Hi, I'm John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. You know what's interesting about the words personal injury? The first word is person. And at D'Agostino & Associates, that word means everything. That's because I handpick every person in our firm, from the pleasant professional person who answers your call to the experienced person litigating your case in court. Because every person in my firm is an extension of me, and the only way to exceed our clients' expectations is to deliver the highest level of personal service every single time. And that starts with hiring the right people. You see, we know that every client is a person too. Someone going through the toughest time in their lives and deserves to be more than just a file number. At D'Agostino & Associates, we put the person back in personal injury. So call 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222 and ask for me, John D'Agostino. And let's talk about your case, person to person. D'Agostino, law, bite back.
All right, your Friday nights just got a little louder because NBA Happy Hour is live on FanDuel every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern. FanDuel's running limited-time specials to pregame your weekend. We're talking about boosts, bonuses, surprises, all dropping right in the app. So whether you're just wrapping up your work week, looking for a game to unwind with, or just have a hunch, then FanDuel is your best bet to get in on the action. It's the perfect way to kick off the weekend. A little basketball, a little action, and a whole lot of Friday energy. That's NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern, only on FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions do apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
You remember what it feels like to move without thinking about pain? To get up, sit up, walk, work, or live without that constant ache? If neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica took that away from you, it's time to get it back. I'm Bart Scott. Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain is the guy you need. Ivy League trained, double board certified, no surgery, no scars, no long recovery, just precise, image-guided, non-surgical treatments designed to get you feeling strong again. With offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, and most major insurances are accepted, there is no reason to wait. Go to sandwellpain.com. Relief is closer than you think.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Want consistent color for every job? Milo's Pro Rewards members get a 20% paint discount on future purchases after paint annual qualifying spend reaches $3,000. Plus, order eligible in-stock paint and paint supplies by 2 p.m. for free same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Improving is easy at Lowe's. Excludes spray paint and mist tints. More exclusions, terms, and conditions apply. Subject to change. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Same-day delivery valid in select zip codes. Subject to driver availability. Details at Lowe's.com/same-day delivery.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Friday, March 20th at Pickleball Heaven in Medford, Long Island. Play with them, play against them, and we didn't change the name. It's still Pickleball Madness.
Meet Rick DiPietro and see his hot, sexy body and play pickleball with him. Watch college basketball with him. What a treat that'll be.
Get to play pickleball with Rick and Dave, and it's going to be great.
Tell him how to sign up, Dave.
All you do, there's a little tile on the ESPN New York app. Click on that tile, it'll lead you to how you can join, and away you go.
Pickleball Madness is brought to you by Pickleball Heaven and ESPN New York.
25 a month, 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Check it in a year, check it in 5. This ain't optimum 5, but price is still alive. 25 a month, 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Get Optimum famously fast fiber internet. Optimum.com/25 for 5. Or call 8884-OPTIMUM. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
It doesn't get any more New York than this. Wild Turkey Bourbon is giving you the chance to score the ultimate New York game day. One lucky winner scores a pair of tickets to opening day in the Bronx and New York Knicks tickets, both on Friday, April 3rd. 2 games, one epic day, no compromises. To enter, find the contest tile on the ESPN New York app and submit your entry, or sign up in person at select Wild Turkey events happening around the city. Brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Must be 21 or over. Enjoy Wild Turkey responsibly. Talk some Jets coming up at the top of the hour. You ready for Fraud Alert Friday?
Oh, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Who isn't ready?
We have any in-house stuff to clean up?
That's what I know of.
Did Jefferson do something embarrassing again?
Wow.
Well, you think you know somebody, and then you find out you're working with a fraud. Right?
That too. You know, I haven't checked. You know what? Let me start digging in the old email here.
Yeah,
and see
please.
if anything.
Because
the email bin.
It's,
Sure.
It's a Friday like no other.
Don, do you have the details of the Islanders trade though for Schenn? Do you know?
First to third and a prospect.
Yeah, the prospect is a goalie prospect, which they
you
obviously are
don't have
pretty
in your
locked up
future.
there, right?
Yeah.
The first is Colorado's first. And
so that should be 32, right?
I believe
Yeah.
Druin's in that deal too, Alan.
And Jonathan Druin, who fans Islander fans I know would drive him.
Well, he hasn't
to
scored a
St.
goal.
Louis.
The last game that I did before the Olympic break was against the Islanders, and I believe he hadn't scored in like 32 games.
Yeah. So, this is you're adding a captain, a leader, a guy with his name on the cup, a solid player. He's had 20-goal seasons the last couple of years. Like, you're adding a good piece here. And you didn't. What'd you give up? And you get, honestly, it's not your first.
It's not your first, third round pick, whatever. Prospect, goalie, good luck playing. Taking the job away from Sorokin, right?
Yeah. So
and Anthony Duclair's not playing. Druin's not scoring. So it's the second time I think Duclair's been in the doghouse with Waugh.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And by the way, how old is he? Like, I don't even think is he 30 yet? Peter, Anthony Duclair has played on 9 teams.
That's
9.
Wait.
Count it.
He's like Paul Coffey at 30.
Well, at least Paul Coffey was a Hall of Famer.
He's played on 9 teams.
You got it up there?
I got it. Ready?
The other Schenn has 10 now.
See if I'm wrong.
The now defunct Arizona, Florida, Islanders, Ottawa, Sharks, Blue Jackets, Blackhawks, of course, Rangers, and Tampa.
That's 9.
My God.
I told you.
Jeez.
But Paul Coffey was on 9, Peter, because everybody wanted him.
Oh, he was so good.
No, he was valuable for each.
And even when he was older, people were still bringing him in because they thought he could. Yeah. Oh my God.
And it was also before the cap, so it's like we can't pay him.
Done.
Let's move him.
Done 9 in 12 seasons though.
Because how old is he?
That's what's crazy.
Is he 30?
Yes.
How old?
Yeah.
That's how old he is.
He's 30. He'll be 31 in August, so he's 30.
All right, so he's
Yeah.
but like
wow.
Yeah, so
9 in 12 years.
It's good for Puck Doku.
The island, yeah, exactly. He's like the Sillinger of that. If when you run that many teams, I think there's 8 other teams can sympathize with what the Islanders are going through with Anthony. He's a good player too. He just, I don't know.
It's so
just runs out of road
inconsistent
too
with
much.
him. It's
Yeah.
so inconsistent. Like you'll see a night where it just flashes and then it just disappears again. Compete level.
Yeah,
not consistent
that's
enough.
a problem.
Yep.
Rob in the car. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Rob?
Hey guys, first time caller. Been
Cool,
a fan
man.
for a while now.
Great.
Thank you for finally joining us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. About this whole Ranger thing. I can't stand the fans and the Instagram accounts all saying, what happened to my team? Drury ruined this team. That team just wasn't good enough to win us the ultimate goal of Ward Stanley Cup. And you have to get rid of players. You have to make tough decisions. Getting rid of Kreider was tough. Even getting rid of Barkley Goodrow was tough. I felt like that really hurt the team. But the whole Panarin thing, you have to get rid of him. He just wasn't a playoff performer. Yes, he got us there, but at the end of the day, you have to make tough decisions, and I back Drury 100%.
Well, and this
100%. I'm sorry, Don. All I'm going to say is you are what your record says you are. And if you're one of the better players on a team that's in last place, then it's on you. Like, you could argue all you want about the GM. The GM signed all these guys, gave them extensions, gave them no moves, like thought he had a core, and those guys let him and the team and the fans down. And then you reach a point where you're like, all right, you know what? I see what's happening here. One by one, y'all got to go. And that's what happened. It's as simple as that. This is not – what is a GM supposed to do? I built this team. We went as far as we could, and I know my eyes tell me this is as far as it goes. Yeah, fans are mad at the wrong people.
Well, this is what David Stearns is doing too. I don't think I've got a team. Well, wait a minute.
You know what? That's a great comp.
The Dodgers. All
great
right.
comp, Don.
But
yeah.
Here, and they won 83 games and missed the playoffs, and then he started to pull the plug on the guys that he felt like weren't going to get him there. So bye-bye Alonso, bye-bye Nimmo, bye-bye McClain. These were McNeil. These were good players. But you know what? Can't get a job done. It's fool's gold a lot of times, man. I keep telling you, I don't want to take away from those runs. I was a part of every single one of those runs. Matter of fact, I got emotional last night driving home. They did the ceremony for the modern era of the Rangers for the 100th anniversary.
Yeah.
The modern year began in 2005. That's when I started doing Ranger games. In 2005, doing pre and post. So I know all those guys. I was a part of all those runs. I was at every one of those playoff games that were home, and there was a lot of them on the road. It was great. It was a fantastic run. But sometimes it's fool's gold. Against Pittsburgh, if Trouba doesn't knock out Sidney Crosby, you lose in the first round in 5 games. All you had to do was throw your helmet on the ice to beat Carolina. You always beat Carolina. And then you lost to Tampa, and you lost to Florida. I don't want to take away from those runs, but that doesn't mean you're as close as you think.
Yeah.
Let's go to Chris in Bayshore. You're on ESPN New York.
Very good.
Yeah, hey, guys. It's a pleasure to talk to you. I think that I don't know. I mean, maybe it's not said very often, but I think there's a JT Miller thing going on here. I don't know if he's the kind of guy you want to build your team around. I mean, obviously there's been some talk this year about him being hurt, and I mean the effort is not always there, and I just don't know him and young guys if that's the mix you want. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, it's what there was that it went viral. Anthony probably remembers the game. They gave up a goal. He's like floating. I will defend JT Miller to this point, and it's not even really a defense. I just think it's a reality. He came here in the hopes that he'd be the missing piece to a run, and now he's the best player in a rebuild. And that's probably not what he bargained for. But hey, you know what? Suck it up. Play hard. I truly believe he's hurt. So I don't think he's doing that. But when he came here, it was, hey, Drury trying to see if he can't find something. And Dave Maloney said as soon as they make this JT Miller's team, they'll be better for it. That hasn't been the case. But is it JT's fault, or is it just there isn't anything to work around JT Miller? But I can understand a fan's frustration. This is a 100-point scorer in Vancouver. And it wasn't like Vancouver was all that great.
Right.
And
maybe that's the part of it that I think maybe what the caller is suggesting is like, he hasn't really been around a lot of winning.
No, and listen, but he was here. But when they got him, it looked like I just think everything has just been, it's been a mess because they obviously wouldn't have brought in JT Miller if they thought that this was going to be what would happen. Mm-hmm. Is it his fault, or was it just we got to try to build off of going to the conference final? One time is fool's gold. Can 2 times be fool's gold? I guess so, right? Because turned out they weren't as close as people thought. Jets. I'm sorry, Peter, please.
No, I was going to say it almost makes me just want to play the sad music again. Because the Rangers fans a few years ago, they didn't think that they'd be sitting in March 2026 having a conversation that essentially, for all intents and purposes, is a Jets conversation. We're having a Jets conversation about the Rangers.
Oh, no.
Ripping it down to the studs, getting rid of the only players that have any sort of cachet with the fans. And Don, a couple of years ago, we were sitting there at the Beach Bash saying they could be the closest team to winning a championship.
It felt like it.
It sure did.
Now they're the Jets. Life comes at you fast.
Listen.
It sure does when you have an older team.
Yeah. You throw a kid into the mix and COVID, it's like the last 5 years, just a blink.
It's unreal. I still believe. And you know what I'm worried about with this conversation is I don't want this to be the Knicks in like 2 years. Where that's as far, Indiana, that conference final, that was it. That was the peak.
It's a great comp. It's right there, man. It's right there.
Because these guys are all 29, 30 years old now. Josh Harcher's turned 31.
Jet conversation next. Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter. DraftKings Sportsbook puts you right in the middle of basketball's biggest star-driven moments. Bet player props, bet live, and when a game turns fast, DraftKings has your back with early exit. If your player gets injured anytime in the first half, your bet stays alive. And once it settles, you still get paid in cash. That's built-in protection for star-driven bets. Backed by DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. New customers bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets instantly with code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. 21 plus, New York only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
Empower. Pete's back on the links with all new golf clubs and hopefully less swearing.
Dang, sliced it.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money so he can be a little bad.
Heads up!
Oof. Talent sold separately.
Guy said these were slice proof.
At least he has money for lessons. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes just like the best birthday cake ever. Vanilla, buttery, frosting vibes. It's basically a party in a bottle. Confetti Craze makes it easy to turn any day into a party with its delicious birthday cake flavor and big birthday energy. And here's the best part. All cake, no sugar. I bring these tiny bottles everywhere to cakeify my day with tasty caffeine boosts. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
4:03 in the big city. Don Hahn and Rosenberg cruising with you till 7 o'clock, and then it's Ty Butler leading into Knicks and the Nuggets. 2 games left in the gauntlet. We'll get to that in a little bit. Front Alert Friday at 4:30.
That's your race.
We've mentioned all the different players that could be the next quarterback of the New York Jets, right? We kicked the tires on Kyler Murray. Looks like he's going to Minnesota. Malik Willis, fantasized about that. It was a pipe dream to begin with. Everybody seems to be pegging him to go to Miami. So a lot of these guys coming off. So now it's Kirk Cousins. It's Geno Smith, who was officially released today by the Vegas Raiders. But if you listen to Connor Hughes from SNY, a little thing going on between Reich and Wentz. Okay. And has he become the front runner, Carson Wentz, to be the Jets quarterback in 2026?
Can you play the sad music again?
I'm just asking.
Again?
I mean,
where do we rank them, Peter?
Jets fans, you deserve better than to be having a conversation about whether or not in 2026 Carson Wentz is going to be your starting quarterback. This guy is hanging on to being in the league by a thread. In fact, it's less than a thread. It's a thread off of Frank Reich's crusty boxers. That is what he's hanging on to. Sorry.
Underwear today.
Yeah, a lot of underwear talk.
Yeah, a lot of underwear. Crusty.
Carson
So where do you
Wentz,
rank him then?
As low as I can rank him.
Okay.
Name a player. I'll put him behind.
Geno Smith.
Behind him for sure. Not even a question.
Kirk
If
Cousins.
I may.
Kirk Cousins. But well behind Cousins. Go ahead.
I'm going to go back to what my good friend Jeremy Fowler has told me several times when I've asked
Jay
him about,
Fowl, if you will.
Yeah,
He talks
Jay
to you,
Fowl.
but not us. So
Jay Fowl.
I'm a little offended.
And that is that the quarterback chase this for in free agency will be a game of musical chairs, and the Jets will be the team that does not have a chair.
Right.
And he has made that clear to me. Like the people don't want to go there. They just don't.
But
and so
Carson Wentz will come here.
Yeah. Well, you talked about it, and again, Connor Hughes said it. It's interesting. Remember, he had him in Philly, and he played great there. He brought him to Indianapolis, so you could see that there was clearly a reason to bring him there.
Apparently
he was
ticked
in
off
Minnesota.
every teammate.
Well, I'm saying, but he's in Minnesota, so he's been in the league again. My prediction is this. I predict, following the Giants, what we were just talking about that, I think, during the meeting before the show, right? What the Giants did, bringing in 2 veterans, and then you draft one. I think that's the formula. Geno Smith's the easy veteran to sign like Russ was because, even though it's kind of fallen off, there's a track record. Geno was bad last year, 17 interceptions. The team was bad. They were 2-13 in his starts. But the previous 3 years before that, he was very good. Like, 23 touchdowns a year, kept it under 12 interceptions a year, 4,000 yards a year, 27 and 22 record. So it's not that far away from being a capable, functioning quarterback. You do that, you get Wentz because Reich wants him, and then you draft a quarterback, and then you just do what the Giants did and just see how it all plays out. I'm predicting that's the best they're going to do.
Yeah, I agree.
Tell me why I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong because of the first thing you said. That Reich wants him, and he's going to want to come here. And the whole thing with the musical chairs is the reason you're going to have to take the scraps is because the Jets are not an attractive place for quarterbacks to go.
Right.
They know it's a short term and it's not going to be a winning season. So Wentz, I think, guys, that it feels like it's going to be him. It does.
It doesn't mean he's going to be the starter, though. It doesn't mean he's your starter, but he's there.
Now,
right?
It's been talked about, too. Will they pull a Giants and bring in 2 veterans? Now, the Giants brought in 2 veterans, but really never took advantage of the 2.
No, why would they have?
They didn't play Winston until they absolutely had to after the fact.
No, they let Winston just sit in street clothes as Russell Wilson completely floundered. It made absolutely no sense.
But
So
I
maybe
think
it
in
worked
this
out because it ended up
scenario,
costing Dable his job.
And that's why I think in this scenario, I think you be and again, this is all hypotheticals. They draft Simpson or whoever else you could get in this draft, and you sign Geno because Geno's at that place where I think most teams would bring him in as a backup. I don't think anybody would look at him at 36. He's gonna be 36 next season. Like, I don't think you'll look at him as a fix. There's too many other quarterbacks out there that, especially with Kyler out there. I think you bring in Geno, you bring back Geno, and then Wentz becomes the guy that knows the system. He's in the room, whatever it is, and then whoever this rookie is. And that's what they're doing. And I think Geno is what Russell Wilson was supposed to be for the Giants. And you have him play until the wheels fall off. But the best part is both are short term. Like Kyler Murray, you're not getting for a 1-year deal. Like, you're not getting a lot of these guys on a 1-year deal. So maybe it makes sense for those who just want it to be a bridge situation that you do this, and if it's awful, the good news is you're in play for a quarterback next year in the draft, right? That's kind of, I think, better than signing someone to a multi-year deal and then kind of being stuck in that middle of the road where, it's not really a great quarterback, but now you're stuck because you offered him a multi-year deal.
So if we all, and I think we're all in agreement, that they should try to win as many games as they can. As much as that makes a lot of Jet fans sick, you got to put together a winning team.
You have to.
So let's take Willis out of the equation because he's going to be very expensive and he's not going to want to come here.
Right.
So if you're looking
Besides
at
that,
though. So if you're looking at Smith and Cousins and Wentz, like what quarterback do you think gives them the best chance to win some games?
I would think Geno does.
See, I would think Cousins would. What about you, Peter?
Cousins can't throw anymore.
To win them some games, I'm worried that Cousins is broken.
Yeah, and broken, you mean like his arm just
you're not
the
worried
strength
Gino's
isn't
broken?
Well, he could be too.
He
doesn't like getting hit.
No, that's different. Like Gino, I think will be just like Gino's going the wrong direction probably now, but like will give you serviceable play. I worry there's a chance with Cousins. He went overnight from being like the $40 million man you can count on for 30-some touchdowns to just completely unreliable. Now, last year he did, when you go back and look, his numbers weren't bad, but do you ever remember there being any positive talk about him over the last couple of years?
No.
It's just kind of it's gone away quickly.
No. And there's a reason why Atlanta did what they did, right?
You would think so.
You know what I mean? Like from everything you're looking at all these guys, right? His accuracy was the worst of his career. Like it was still decent. He's still over 60%, but it was the worst of his career. That's that's with all the weapons that they have there. That's a problem, right? I don't know. His mind is probably still really good. He is a savant, but I don't know if he physically is bringing it like he was when he was at 69, 70% accuracy, because he's not a great athlete. But look, here are the other names. Here's your options. Do you go Flacco? Do you go Jimmy G? Like Kenny Pickett's not doing anything for you, right?
No.
Like these are this is what you're left. This is the flotsam and jetsam you're left with if you're the Jets.
There's one other guy.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
And that's Tua.
Oh God.
The rumor, because they're going to want to trade him, can't trade him. Nobody's going to take on that salary, but try to make it attractive and attach a first-round pick. And with the Jets having the cap room that they have, and collecting another first-round pick, which could help you in 27 to trade up if you do have a good season with Tua, could that end up being the best option? Falls on his face, so what? We got a pick out of it. If he ends up winning us some games, that doesn't matter, because we're going to have another first-round pick to put together to package to move up if we end up winning 6 or 7 games. Because Tua, a healthy Tua is better than all those guys.
But that's the hardest
part, You still have
Don.
to bring in somebody else because Tua could probably get hurt.
Yeah,
but does the first-round pick, which is the 11th overall pick, give you any movement?
I wouldn't mind taking – this year.
This year's 11th pick, you said?
And you know what I'd do with it?
Is, yeah.
And I'd trade it for next year. Like I don't mind taking their first. If I don't have to – the problem is I'm taking his contract, though, if you're doing that.
Well, that's why they're offering a first, because they need to get out from
and I don't
contract.
love being buried now in that.
Well, it's only how much left?
There's a lot of money left. It's like $90 million, isn't it?
Yeah, but you're going to have like a ton of money under the
Don,
cap.
the problem is, why are they moving on from him? Because his availability. He's always hurt. He's one hit away from maybe ending his career. It's a ton of money, and they have a new coach, and it didn't work out.
But they're also trying to free up some money, because if Miami's going to be the destination for Willis, it's going to cost them. It's going to cost them north of $40 million.
Yeah, I get it.
So that to me is why they'd want to free up that money. They're looking to get out from under him anyway.
Yes.
But again, the Jets are looking for just somebody that can be their quarterback for a year. You're still going to have to bring in another guy. What if you had Tua and Wentz? That'd be something.
Oh, yeah,
And obviously you'd have to bring in another veteran, because if you do draft a quarterback, or if you don't, you're going to have some insurance policy, because Tua most likely will get hurt. But if he didn't, you'd win some games, no? I mean, there's still ability there.
You know what, though? You can't
Just
say
doesn't like getting hit. That's the problem.
Nobody likes, but the guys that really hate it are the ones you worry about the most.
He's the Philip Hedl of the NFL. It's just like every time he gets hit, you hold your breath. He's going to be able to get up.
It's so scary. Don, I'm like, if I don't have to trade for him, different story. Because he does have we know he has talent. He's an accurate passer.
Well,
yes, he's kind of small, but he can throw it. And it's if you're getting him, like some teams are going to get Kyler, it's a different story.
Well, if they're offering a first-round pick, and again, I don't know how official any of this stuff is.
Well, that's interesting, though.
Then they have no intention of releasing him, because all that dead cap money.
Yeah, that's why you give it the first. It's worth it to you.
So it sounds like they'd hold on to him. But again, I don't know their cap situation. Could they have all that dead money and
No,
still
I don't
be
think,
able to bring in Willis?
I don't believe so. I think they'd really be tied up.
Ugh.
But these are not great options. These are all
this is slim pickings,
the putrid reality of the Jets and quarterback. That's why when some of the other names that came up, and I'm laughing, I'm like, they're not going to have a chance at him. They're not going to have a chance at him. Like, they're going to get the bottom of the barrel, and that's why as much as it's, if you say Tua to the Jets and you just want to throw up, you're like, no, understand. Like, this is what it's going to be. Geno Smith, Tua, Carson Wentz. Like, this is what you're getting. What makes the most sense to me right out of the gate, what makes the most sense is it doesn't tie me up for multiple years.
Now, Frank wants to throw another name into the hopper. Frank in Newark. Right. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Frank?
Hey, good afternoon, guys. I was actually saying this. For the Jets to throw a second-round pick over or to the 49ers for Mac Jones. Now, I'm saying this. He's shown that in Kyle's system that he's actually been very efficient. He actually played 8 games and what have you. And if you look at the Jets, we haven't had luck in the second round to begin with. I mean, Denzel Mims, so on and so forth. So
the second round has been a disaster forever. Alex Van Dyke, I'll go back that far. How about that?
Well, they got Brees Hall.
Low risk.
Yeah,
low risk, high reward.
He played 11 games in that system last year, and his numbers were decent. You know, it almost 70% completion, 11 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. That system, though, it's like a filter. It makes everybody look good.
Here's the thing, Frank.
It's like leggings.
What is your intent? Are you saying that maybe Mac Jones could be their future quarterback, or are you talking about Mac Jones as just a bridge quarterback?
It's like the drive. It's hard to define because at this point you're looking at it and saying to yourself, you don't know what next year's draft class is going to look like. At the quarterback, you don't even know if you're able to pick that high.
I know, but here's the thing, Frank, is that a second-round pick is a lot to give up for someone that you're only going to have play for a year. And it's also a lot to give up if he's going to end up being my backup quarterback because I'm going to draft another quarterback in 2027. Guys, I don't know if I'm giving up a second round. Mac Jones is intriguing to me.
You're not giving up. You don't have to do that.
But a second round pick is too much for me, isn't it?
You don't have to. I don't think you'd have to do that.
And why would you do that? These are all stopgaps.
Right.
No one you're looking to get here is your future. So you're not giving up a top 3 round. No one in the first 3 rounds you've given up.
No, because again, the point is the only way I give up a second round pick is if I'm going to have him be in contention to be my answer. And does anybody think Mac Jones is going to be the answer? Remember, he's coming from a system where everybody looks good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And going to some place where nobody ever looks good.
By the way, how old do you think he is?
Mac Jones?
Yeah.
25.
Higher, Bob.
Older.
Yeah.
Yeah, with 27.
28.
28.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, no, because, again, time flies, man.
Been in the league 5 years.
Because Belichick was his coach, right? Belichick's been out for how long now?
But still, though, you don't realize he's going to be, I should say, when the season starts, he'll be 28. He's 27, but, it's September, he'll be 28. 28's like.
Yeah, dude, when he got to the lead, Belichick's girlfriend was still in high school.
That's actually accurate.
I think it's close, right?
No, I don't think you're wrong. He got in the league in 21.
No, that's the thing is that it's not.
It's 5 years ago.
It doesn't feel
How
like
old
it
is
was
she?
5 years ago.
She might be 25 now, though.
Emily Kaplan.
Jordan.
Oh.
I don't know. What do we say? If it's a Woj bomb.
It's a Q bomb because everything apparently is in the queue.
It's a Q bomb. Sounds like the Rangers did make one additional move.
Oh. Okay.
No, Peter, it's okay.
Okay.
No.
Let's hear it.
No, I don't. Listen. I
It's
wouldn't expect
not worth
Peter to
it.
know who it is. Ranger fans will know. Brendan Othmann to Calgary in the queue.
This is the most I think I've seen at a deadline where things have been in the queue past 3, now to the point where we're at 4, and we just found out about 16 minutes ago Nazem Kadri got traded to Colorado.
He got traded to Colorado?
See? You didn't know. Now we know.
Wow,
he goes back to Colorado. God, he's a punk. And I mean that in the best way possible.
Yeah,
I'm paying him a compliment.
You hate him unless he's on your team.
Yeah, and he is. Oh God, Colorado in doubt. That is going to be a war. in the second round if Minnesota does not beat them.
Why is that a second-round match?
Because we're morons.
Why is that a second round, Don?
Don't even
One
get
of
me
them
started.
is not going to make it to the
Save
conference
it for
finals.
Tuesday.
It's stupid.
Save it for Tuesday because again we'll have to cancel the rest
They're
of
gonna
the
send
show.
them.
I'm red hot. I hate this system. I hate it. Right now, Colorado is the best. Dallas is what, the second best team in the league. Minnesota is the fourth best team in the league, not the West.
In the
league.
whole league,
They're playing
Craig.
each other in the first round. One of them is going to be gone.
So stupid.
Because the last I checked, you can't play a 7-game series without a loser.
For anybody
All because we want to have a stupid bracket to go to NHL.com. Join our bracket challenge. It's going to be so much fun. Yes. So much fun. We're going to take either the second or fourth best team in the league and boot them out of the first round so some yo-yo in Nebraska can have fun. That's what you porn's for.
Jacob Battaglia is the return for Brendan Othmann.
Okay, thank you, Anthony.
God, it's so annoying. It is so annoying.
Yeah, it is.
God, it's the Central Division every year, right? Winnipeg's the best team, so our third best team, and Dallas is second best. They're going to play each other in the first. One of them is going home. And then coaches lose jobs, Peter, because they get bounced in the first round. Meanwhile, nobody pays attention to who they play in the first round.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then win your division then. Do you see Colorado's in your division? They just got Nazem Kadri because apparently none of these teams have caps. It's like Dallas can make trades for everybody. Oh, well, Tyler Seguin got hurt. I didn't know Tyler Seguin was making $3 billion. Tampa, same thing. All these teams, they make trades. Teams we root for in all sports. Like, there's no cap space. I got no cap space. But the good teams, they always find a way. They always add players. Right? Football, too. Kansas City adds. But how are they adding all these players?
Just so you know, the Lanch, the Stars, and the Wild represent 3 of the top 4 teams in the entire NHL.
Peter,
and they're all in the same division.
Peter, what are we going to do about Lanch?
Yeah, Lanch is.
What are we going to do about that?
Lanch is
about Lanch.
Like, what are we going to? What should we say? Something? Should we just end the show? What are we going to? How are we going to handle what we
that
just
really offended you, didn't it?
Well,
Lanch
I don't think that offended them. They go abs. Abs makes sense.
I understand. That's why I said Lanch.
It's
old school.
Lanch.
That's from the 90s.
I've never heard Lanch.
I know.
Well, you only say that when you don't like the team, or it's coming from a place of hate. He chose violence with that.
Because I really want to set you off. 3 of the top 4 teams in the entire league are in the
entire
same
league,
division.
and one of them is out in the first round, guaranteed, locked.
I just don't understand it.
Don, you want a random hockey trade before we go to break?
Yes.
Ryan Strome to Calgary.
Oh wow.
Why? You know what? Well,
you know what? Forget.
No, here's why. Does Anaheim have to create space? Because Calgary doesn't need anybody.
A 7th-round pick in 27. So this,
Oh my God.
But
this deadline is really just.
But Anaheim added, so they must have some.
They
cap
needed a
space.
roster
They need
space.
something.
Yeah.
You know, they got Carlson. Do you realize Carlson was the longest? He was in Washington longer than Ovechkin. John Carlson was 17 years in Washington.
John
he was
Carlson
traded
was
to Anaheim.
traded?
He was traded to Anaheim at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, while you were sleeping.
While you were sleeping. Well, apparently while he was sleeping. He didn't find out about it until he got up.
And how dare general manager of the Capitals, Chris Drury, not inform the team that John Carlson was getting traded.
Now, John Carlson, maybe with the greatest defenseman in Washington Capitals history. But I was still blown away. He's been there longer than Ovechkin.
Yeah. No, he's been there forever.
It's crazy.
Wow.
But what are you going to do?
Yeah.
That's life on the slopes. 1-800-919-3776.
That was a good rant, though.
Let's get into
Love it.
Fraud Friday. Fraud Alert Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Where you get to hear Marco again. And then
what is fraud?
It's awesome.
We got ENN at 6. You got a big ENN, Peter?
Oh, you know what they say? There's no ENN like an NHL trade deadline ENN. You know what I mean? Especially when the Rangers – we talk about the Rangers doing something, and they do basically nothing. That's it.
When Sam Carrick and Brennan Othmann are your the big exits from the team. All right, and it would take you up to Ty Butler, who does a hell of a job. He's going to be on at 7 o'clock, leading you to the Knicks and the Nuggets. Don Hahn and Rosenberg with you here on a Friday on ESPN New York.
18th ranked St. John's close out the regular season on the road against Seton Hall. Coverage begins today at 8:40 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
Stop what you're doing. Gold is around $5,100 an ounce. If you've got gold or silver just laying around, Estates Roadshow wants it, and they're paying top dollar on the spot. Broken chains, old rings, coins, watches, diamonds, vintage jewelry. If it's valuable, they're buying it. No appointment needed. Just walk in, get a free appraisal, and walk out with cash in your hand. They're also buying pre-1964 silver coins, flatware, sterling silverware stamp 925. They're buying coin collections, gold, silver foreign and domestic. Plus, they've been in business for over 35 years with thousands of prior happy customers. Licensed, bonded, state-certified scales, the highest tech equipment, employees with GIA certifications. They are numismatic experts. Estates Roadshow is happening this week, Monday through Friday in Staten Island at the Hilton Garden Inn, and Friday through Tuesday at TMT Cash for Gold in Old Bridge, the bright yellow building on Route 9 South. More info, follow Estates Roadshow on Facebook or visit tmtcashforgold.com.
New year, new season, same goal. Feel good and stay in the game. But if neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica is holding you back, it's time to handle it. I'm Bart Scott, and I'm telling you to call Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is an Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he specializes in getting people back to living pain-free. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided treatments that work. Same day or next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Stop playing through pain. Go to SandwellPain.com. Relief starts today.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge, or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. The one to avoid right now, West Side Highway northbound, heading over to the outbound George. Big crash by West 145th Street involves a whole bunch of cars. Also a tractor-trailer that snuck on the roadway. Traffic is zigzagging around that situation, but they'll probably shut everything down. Not moving much there from the Intrepid on up. Southbound side, left lane out with the FDNY on the scene. Backing you up at the inbound George, about 15 to 20 for both the upper and lower decks and building. Riverside Drive, a really good alternate heading through the area. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 40 to 50 minutes. Outbound Holland, close to an hour. Jammed at the Verrazano heading into Staten Island. An accident just picked up on the upper deck. Still have heavy delays on the westbound belt from Flatbush Avenue in Brooklyn. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
All right, your Friday nights just got a little louder because NBA Happy Hour is live on FanDuel. Every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern, FanDuel is running limited time specials to pregame your weekend. We're talking about boosts, bonuses, surprises, all dropping right in the app. All right, now, my Friday routine, I like to finish up the show, relax a little bit, then check the app and see what's going on and see where I can get down with a great boost. It's the perfect way to kick off the weekend. A little basketball, a little action, and a whole lot of Friday energy. That's NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern, only on FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started. 21 and over, physically present in New York, opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. I'm big on having the right game plan on the ice and at home, which is why I use Viking Pest Control myself as the pest control provider and proud partner of the New Jersey Devils. Viking has been protecting homes for over 45 years with expert pest control service and solutions tailored just for you. From ants and cockroaches to rodents, stinging insects, and backyard mosquitoes, Viking keeps pests out of your house and out of the play. Bundle pest control with mosquito services and save big. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Viking Pest Control, protecting your home inside and out.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-568-2790. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-568-2790. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-568-2790. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-568-2790 or biglou.com.
Did you or someone you know participate in fraudulent fan behavior?
I'm a fraud with a capital F.
Is your friend a fraud?
I have been a complete and utter fraud.
Are you a fraud?
What is fraud?
Let's ask Don McGregor.
Screw! Go scratch yourself!
Brought to you by D'Agostino Law.
Hey, how you doing, everyone?
Hey there, hi there, ho there.
Hi, hey, how's everyone doing? Great, wonderful. Welcome to Fraud Alert Friday, brought to you by D'Agostino Law.
D'Agostino.
Let's get right to it. Got plenty of emails here for the people.
Nice.
DHRESPN@gmail.com, DHRESPN@gmail.com, where you come for your fraud alert questions. I want to give a shout out to my good buddy Mark Epstein, a.k.a. Steenestein, who told me he's in the chat today because he injured his back badly, apparently, while shoveling one of the storms that hit the Baltimore area.
No. So you can be
Pinched
all right?
nerve and the whole nine.
Traction?
And he listens to... What do you say? Say it again now?
Uh-huh.
Don't
One
hurt
more
yourself.
time.
I think we lost Don.
Huh?
No, I'm right here.
There he is.
What did you say? So say it one
Traction.
more time.
Is he in traction?
Oh, I don't know if he's in traction, but he is going to be out of commission, so he said he's consuming now live on YouTube, which he had never done before, so welcome aboard, buddy.
Welcome.
Colin reaches out to us and says, my name is Colin, 35, born in North Carolina, raised in South Carolina.
Dude.
I've lived in New York since 2011. My first sports love is the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers. Their first season was when I was 5. I've grown up with them, and I will cry tears as a grown ass man if they ever win the Super Bowl.
Uh-huh.
Growing up, I never had a baseball team. Most people from my area, Northwest South Carolina, were Braves fans. But to me, it was impossible to cheer for a baseball team from the same city as the football team that I loathe and despise.
Oh, that's a good point.
I was a Charlotte Hornets fan, but they moved when I was 12. Very tough age to see that happen.
But then they came
Since
back.
moving to New York, I still don't care about hockey. Sorry, Anthony and Don. Game Misconduct, still a great podcast name. Over the past 10 years or so, I've become incredibly invested as a Met and Knicks fan. I'd never be a shameless front-runner by being a Yankee fan, and the Nets were still in Jersey when I moved to the city, so I don't think of them as an option. When I tell people this, they either look down on me as a Johnny-come-lately or call me a fraud, mostly for turning my back on the Hornets for the Knicks. Am I a fraud, Don?
No, because they moved. So what was he supposed to do? Right?
Well, they came back.
Well, they came. So what?
But he was gone.
But
So they came back after he left?
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
They came back post
They
2011,
bailed on
right?
him.
Okay.
So
all
no,
right.
I don't find any fraud in that. I mean, they don't care about him. They up and moved. They had the whole Bobcat garbage. No, zero. What do they got, Alan? What do they have there besides Grandmama? Nothing.
What did they have, or what do
Nothing.
they have now?
They got nothing.
I mean, they've got a really intriguing young team right
Well,
now.
now, but I'm just saying, growing up.
Oh, no. After all that,
Yeah, nothing.
yeah, no, they were.
It was bad. Now,
They weren't
Jordan-
good. Then they became
Jordan
the
doesn't own it.
Bobcats thing was an absolute disaster.
Oh, man. So I find no fraud. You guys good with that?
D'Agostino.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you're the arbiter. It doesn't matter. But, like, I also have pointed out, and this is the one thing I try to push here, even though I admit some of the fraudulence I have. There is a thing about that, again, I have to point out, you guys have not quite experienced this yet. and you probably never will at this point, there is a thing about moving to a city that becomes your permanent home and having no connection to a team in that city, like, for the rest of your life. So, like, especially like if he had given up his Panthers, who were like his ride or die team, I think that Don we're having a conversation. But if it's like, oh yeah, I like the Hornets, then they left, yeah, why wouldn't you pick up the Mets and the Knicks? You live here now. This is your home. You don't want to
because if they didn't move and he was a fan, it didn't sound like there was any traction there anyway.
Right.
So
exactly.
No problem. But no, you're still a fraud, Peter.
Thank you.
You can doctor it up all you want, but becoming a Knicks fan because you live in New York.
I'm not a Knicks fan. Not a Knicks fan. I pull for the Knicks. I like the Knicks to do well.
Wait.
That's a difference. There's a difference.
I don't
Big
think
difference. So. If anyone said, are you a Knicks fan? I'd go, no. If they said, oh, playoffs coming up, you excited to watch the Knicks? I'd go, yeah, I am excited to watch the Knicks.
Pulling for the Knicks as a Celtic fan, it shouldn't be a thing.
That's fraud.
But
I mean, listen,
it's a conversation for another day.
When there's a time, and this year may be the time, when I feel like the Knicks are. I guess it happened last year, right? The Knicks beat them
Don?
Last year.
Do we need to intervention, plant your flag, get integrate out? Tatum's coming back.
I won't do it. I won't do it.
There has to be a choice.
I believe that he would plant his flag with the Celtics.
Yeah, I'm not leaving. I made the choice. I'm not leaving. I'm just I'm going to continue to be a fraud.
There is a lot of perks to being a Knicks fan or to pull for the Knicks, as Peter put it.
Yeah. Listen, I enjoy going to the games. My wife really, really, she's not a big sports fan, but she really enjoys the Knicks. We obviously talk about them more than any other basketball team by far. I reached out to my good friend Jamal at the New York Knicks. Alan, what's Jamal, like the number 2 guy at the whole team now? I should go John Bon Jovi with this team.
Did you just say your good friend? You would know that he's the president of the Garden.
It's president.
He's saying, is he the number 2 man? I mean, is he?
Yeah, I think
no. You
said
with the team. No. He is. I'm very happy to see how he has grown and emerged at the Garden. He's one of the great people you'll know there, and he's worked his tail off from day one. And he's a VIP.
Yeah,
VIP.
He is, dude. He's CEO. His only boss there is Dolan.
Yeah.
And when I met him, exactly. When I met him 15 years ago, he was a lawyer for Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. He was on the legal team.
He's just been on a steady rise.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll end up, becoming John Bon Jovi. Where in 10 years, I'm sitting there introducing the Knicks because
I see what
you know
you're
what I'm
trying
saying?
to pull. Yeah. Well,
I'm going to pull a full JBJ. John Bon Jovi. Yeah, JBJ.
Yeah, I think you got it.
Sure.
All right, let's get back to your emails, folks. Send them in, dhrespn@gmail.com. Logan reaches out. He said he's been listening since Gillen Bensonhurst. Tries to call in, but he works nights. And he said, you guys do great work. Alan's an amazing addition to the show. That Guy Thursday and Fraud Alert Fridays, my 2 favorite radio segments of all time.
Nice.
And it would be an honor to hear from his honor, Judge LaGreca, on my case.
Okay.
I'm a 24-year-old Yankee, Giants, LSU, Rangers, and Nets fan. In that order. We live in Vegas now, but my grandfather on my mother's side has lived in New York his entire life, and I was born into specifically his sports fandom. My dad is from New Zealand, but he and his family moved to Florida at a young age. They quickly grew attached to college football and became diehard Gator fans well before my dad met my mom.
Gators.
He has never wavered from this and was disgusted by my eventual choice to become an LSU fan. And while I never went there, it was part of my college planning, just sadly didn't work out. He's a 49ers fan because of Montana and has never wavered in this either. Although when you hear because of Montana, Don, sounds like you got fraud roots.
It's tough. It's a tough sentence when you're defending yourself.
When it comes to the Dodgers and Lakers, his fanhood seems fraudulent. While I didn't have a reason to root for teams the way a lot of us do, this seems purely bandwagon-esque, and his excitement isn't convincing. Here's why. He never really claimed either of these teams before 2020. Guess what they both did then? When the Dodgers won the World Series this past season, he wasn't texting me through the whole World Series. In fact, he fell asleep during the 8th inning of Game 7.
God.
Oh my! And he isn't decrepit either. He's 50. He didn't
50?
hear about the Luka trade until a few days later, which is hilarious.
All right. Play the music.
No, you're taking up too much.
Yeah.
Right. Frauds don't get that much time.
Yeah.
Fraud. When it's this obvious, man, what are you doing?
Yeah. I think he just wanted to hear it on the air.
A couple of days later, the Luka deal?
He just wants to know if he should call him out or leave it alone because it's his dad. I don't think he's questioning.
No,
he said his dad's 50.
It's like an intervention.
Yeah.
You're just going to let it grow? Do something about it, man. Call him out.
And it's a great point, Alan, that you just pointed that out. It's not like your dad is dear old Pop and he's 83.
Yeah.
He's
right.
4 years older than me, dude. Call this guy out.
He's younger than two-thirds of this show.
Right.
Yeah,
he has his own teeth. He has his wits about him. Call him out.
You could call this man bruh, okay?
He's younger than Don and I. Don and I should call him and rip him.
Yeah, this
rip
is
a new
like,
one.
I know to you he's your dear old dad, but to us, he's just like a 50-year-old yo-yo.
Hey, you could still
he's a
love
complete
him.
Fraud.
You could still love and care for him, but, he's a fraud, man.
Oh, he's a fraud.
I mean, couple of days it took to get Luka?
Dude, I mean, are you kidding me?
That was pretty big news, the Luka news.
Everybody knew about Luka. I had people that don't even follow sports asking me about Luka. Man.
People who didn't even know who Luka was wanted to know about Luka.
Well, what was
fraud
that in,
sports fan.
High Fidelity? He's like, oh, is she in a coma? You know what actor wants to get the I just called to say I love you?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, is she in a coma? like a couple of days to find out the Luka deal?
Days. Yeah.
That's not good, man. Fraud.
That was
a 50 fraud.
All right.
Fraud.
Tommy from Baltimore sends us two situations, said we can choose one. I'll choose the shorter one since I know how you guys do.
Please, the shorter
one. He said, I grew up in North Jersey and have lived in the city for a few years, but recently moved to Baltimore a year ago where my fiance's from. I'm almost 30. Diehard Mets fan. I've had weekday season tickets for the last 5 years.
Oh, wow. That's not
when I
bad.
first moved into the city and have kept them for when I go and for my dad to use. Since I first started living in the city in 21, I've had a casual birthday party at a Yankee game despite being a Mets fan. Not every year, but let's say 3 out of the last 5, potentially this year as well. I get a group of around 20 guys and girls and hit a Saturday day game in late April, take the Ford train up around 10 a.m., hang out at Billy's or Stan's before heading into the game, and continue the party after. It should be noted that most of my friends are Yankees fans. I'm the odd one out. I choose to do this.
Yeah, it's
I
your
choose
birthday.
to do this. I choose to do this instead of going to a Mets game because, in my opinion, going to the bars around Yankee Stadium is much more fun for people my age rather than going to barless Citi Field parking lot. I'm not rooting for the Yankees. I'm just getting a group of people together to enjoy a day at the ballpark. Am I a fraud?
Interesting.
You know what?
This is not easy.
That's why I want to give you a second, Don. I'm trying to stall for you because I can see the smoke coming out of your ears here. This requires a little bit of time. Don't rush it.
No,
this is serious.
I was thinking, because I knew this is where he was going. So I was thinking about it as you were giving all the deets. It is fraudulent because it's your birthday. So what do you care about what everybody else wants to do? So obviously you're very insecure. These people are not that close to you. You need to find friends, brother, because it's your birthday. What are you catering to them for? It's like, I don't like having birthday cake, but everybody at the party likes it, so we're going to have it. No, it's your birthday. You have what you like. You play the music that you like. You go to Citi Field. Now, he brings up something interesting about the bar situation.
Okay.
Which is not nothing, but, what was it, McFadden's, whatever they call it now. All right? Go do something else. But Yankee Stadium, that's where you go? It sounds like he's a fraud in this sense. In the human sense. What are you catering to your friends? It's your birthday. It's the one day we celebrate you, and you're catering to your friends?
Yeah.
Going to Yankee Stadium instead of Citi Field? Not rooting for a team? Why is it about? It's about you, man. So this is not sports fraud.
Well,
this is human fraud.
And it's also done.
And the friends are taking advantage of you, man, because they wouldn't be good friends if they allowed this to happen.
Thank you. That's where I was going. I was like, you need new friends because if you're celebrating your birthday or they're celebrating your birthday for you and they're dragging you, a Met fan, to a Yankee game, they're using you as an excuse to go to a game. Like, that's not about, like, you don't want to go to a Met game. Come with us to the Yankee game. Like, no. It's your birthday? All right, we'll all go to your Met game. We'll go with you. We'll have a good time.
That's
what
I'm
it's
saying,
supposed
Peter?
to be. That's supposed to be about you. That's bad friends.
Because what else is he caving in on?
Yeah, fair point.
It's a great.
If you
great
can't celebrate you on your birthday, then when you celebrating you, man? How about
if your
you?
friends don't want to celebrate you,
No, these
on
aren't
your
friends.
birthday,
These aren't friends.
they're not friends. They're users. Next, you're going to tell me you buy all the tickets.
Oh my God!
You know what?
Imagine that.
I would be upset.
Imagine that.
I have
The
a
man's
feeling.
dropping.
Hey guys, I bought 5 tickets. I bought 6 tickets so we can all go. And they're like, God, this city.
I'll tell you what. When's his birthday? When's his birthday? Did he say? You have his email,
give you a
right?
date?
Email
I can
him,
find out.
Peter. Find out when his birthday is. Let's take him to Citi Field on his birthday.
I like it.
Let's take him out. We'll become his friends.
I like it.
It'll change his life forever.
I'm not even a Mets fan. I'll go.
Now you're a fraud. All right, that'll do it for Fraud
because that's what
Friday.
you're supposed to do.
Brought
It's
to you
his
by
birthday.
D'Agostino Law. 35 years of getting accident victims and social security disability clients every dollar they deserve. Offices in New York and New Jersey. 1-800-BITE-BACK. 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino Law Bite Back.
D'Agostino.
We got a full line of calls about Broad Friday. We got somebody who's going to call out Peter, which I enjoy. ENN is at 6. We'll take you right up to 7 o'clock, and then it's Ty Butler filling in for Dan Grassa. Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
I'll tell you what, though, you know who's not a fraud? Who's not a fraud is Rings End. Those are my good friends there. They're going to do some work at my house. I've been telling you about this. Very excited about it. Andrew came, and he checked out different ideas that we had, and we came up with a great project for us that we're looking forward to. They're going to be a big part of it. Rings End has premium brands in all the things you need when it comes to home remodeling and different things you want to do around the house. Windows, doors, decking, paint, lumber, everything you'd want to redo your kitchen. This is where you want to go, guys, because they work with pro contractors who build and remodel for a living. The pros trust them. You can, too. They have built-to-last high-end product lines that contractors rely on. They do it right. They don't do it over. They're not a national chain, too. They have regional expertise. They know the area. 8 full-service lumber yards in Connecticut and Westchester County and 12 freestanding paint centers as well. Rings End is family-owned and operated since 1902. 124 years in business with deep Northeast roots, supporting local builders and communities. You're going to hear me tell you all about the experience that we're going to have coming up with the projects that we're getting done at our house with Rings End. And if you can't make it to a store, you can shop online. Go to ringsend.com. That's ringsend.com.
It's Chuck Devine with SnowCountry.com. Prioritize your self-care and switch to Cricket for unlimited plans starting at $35 a month. Smile, you're on Cricket. So we deal with some wet weather in a mix in order to get to the good stuff by the weekend, especially Sunday when we're into full-blown spring skiing and snow that softens when temperatures rise. Northern spots like Stratton, Killington, and Pico got tagged with 4 to 5 inches of fresh snow this week. Strong snow cover close to home as Shawnee and Camelback, Pennsylvania, Mountain Creek, New Jersey, and Mount Peter in southern New York. Skiing, riding, and tubing day and night, and they're 100%. And so's Thunder Ridge in Putnam County, along with Southington, Sundown, and Mohawk in Connecticut. And there's snow tubing at Mohawk, along with Butternut in the Berkshires with 14 miles of trails. Gore Mountain and Whiteface in the Adirondacks trail numbers in the 80s. They'll get softer snow as the weekend goes on, and so will Killington with 72 miles on 6 big mountains in Vermont.
You don't just ski or ride, you dominate. At Killington, we fuel your adventure. Be the beast. Ski and ride Killington.
Hi, this is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. I've talked about how a construction accident took my father's leg. The heavy prosthetic he wore looked nothing like the high-tech limbs we have today. It was crude wood and metal, held together by bolts that dug into his skin and left painful ulcers. But the thing I remember about my dad is how he never complained. He put on his prosthetic leg and he went to work. He coached my baseball teams, danced, sang karaoke, and even loved to travel. He may have limped, but he always held his head up high and he lived with dignity. At D'Agostino & Associates, I spent over 35 years building a law firm that helps accident victims and those in need of their Social Security disability benefits. We fight till our clients get the money and dignity they deserve. So call us today at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey. So don't tell me personal injuries aren't personal. I know what they can cost a family. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes just like the best birthday cake ever. Vanilla, buttery, frosting vibes. It's basically a party in a bottle. And here's the best part. All cake, no sugar. And you know I love my cake. So I get that big birthday energy without any sugar guilt. The bottle's small, easy to toss in my bag, and perfect when I need a quick, tasty caffeine boost to cakeify my day. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg with you till 7 o'clock. 1-800-919-3776 is, of course, the number to call. Ian N. at 6. Ty Butler at 7. Pete in Shrewsbury wants to rip into Peter. You're on ESPN New York. What do you got? Pete!
I've been meaning to call in for weeks, and it just hasn't worked out. This afternoon it did. I was at Trader Joe's and leaving, and there was a parking space, and here I am. So, right. But I was born on the North Shore in Massachusetts, lived there for about 14 years. First time I ever went to a baseball game was at Fenway. I'll never forget that. But then when I moved to Ohio, lived near Cincinnati, and then Cleveland. So, it's easy. You can go watch baseball games and not become a fan, And what I'm saying is, I lived in Massachusetts for 14 years, became a fan. When I moved to New Jersey, there were so many Yankee fans around me that I immediately started to take my side, the Red Sox. And I got to tell you, over the last 50 years, I've enjoyed it immensely because, you get along with people, but you're on the other side and you've got, something to say. I didn't have anything to say until 2003 for any sports up there, but although the Celtics were still there. But what I'm saying is, Peter's he's the loser here, okay? Oh. Because he says, well, yeah, I might be a a Knicks fan, but I like the Celtics. Well, neither team wants you, okay? Neither. You're not, the Knicks aren't going to take you because I thought you were a Boston fan, and the sure. Boston's they're not going to take you either because they're not going to let you in the building. So I just think it's outrageous. I've been here 50 years and have never changed my faithfulness to Boston sports, and I never will. But
let me ask you a question here, though. You said you grew up in Massachusetts, correct?
Well, 14 years. Yeah, but then I go up there a lot. I'm still, my family's up there and so forth. But
you're from there. You're from there, and your family's from there.
Yeah.
Right.
But I've been here 50 years. No, and
sure.
I don't know how you could do that. I could never change.
But there's a major first of all, there's two things. One,
what?
I'm not changing. I've been pushed here, and as Don agreed with earlier, it's very clear I'm not changing or planting the flag somewhere else.
But you can't be one.
But hold on.
You're in the middle.
But again, the difference here is I love the Celtics. They're a team I've rooted for my whole life, but I've always rooted for them from afar. It's never a city I've lived in once in my life. If I abandon the Redskins, now Commanders, I think you'd have the right to say I'm disgusting and no one should listen to a word that I have to say. But it is a little bit different when you get older and you're now living in a second city that you call home, and it's still not the city from which the team is that you enjoy. So, yeah, like, I love the Celtics. I pulled for the Celtics. I don't think their fans would truly, really accept me anyway. I'm not from there. I've always been an outsider.
Well, here's what I would,
from outside.
Here's what I would say, Pete, and we're up against it, so thanks for the phone call, that makes it different than the average person for Peter, where I will defend him.
Thank you.
It is odd because it's a divisional opponent, and even though you don't know the rivalry the way a lot of older
I
fans
don't feel the rivalry.
You don't feel the rivalry. It's still it's odd. But the part of the equation that other people can't understand is the professional aspect of it. We do talk a lot of Knicks, and you do get a chance to go to the Garden. So it kind of there is a pull there that other people wouldn't have. You can move to New York and you'd be like, I still hate the Knicks because they're a divisional opponent, but we talk a lot of Knicks. One of your co-hosts works at MSG doing Knick games. You get the chance to go to the Garden because they're on our air. The show actually sees more success when the Knicks are good. So those are aspects that the average fan doesn't have to deal with. That makes it a little interesting. It's still fraudulent in a way, but nobody can compare their situation to your situation.
It's not the same as if I said to you guys one day, I don't know, I'm just starting to feel a little different about the Giants. Like, it's just not the same thing. I totally hear the point. Listen, I feel fraudulent. What am I going to sit here and lie to you guys? When I find myself pulling for the Knicks and being like, oh, man, I really want this team to do well, I feel fraudulent. So how can I argue back with someone calling me fraudulent? But forced to plant my flag, I'm not leaving.
Right.
I am staying with the Leprechaun. And they may not want me anymore, and I understand, but I'm still here.
You accept that, Alan?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's not like the Wizards, the hometown team, right? It's different.
No, I sold them out years ago.
Well, let me ask you.
Started.
But yeah, I had every reason to. But I was half kidding when I said we're going to make him plant his flag. But I mean, I would not expect you when the Knicks play the Celtics in the second round. You know it's good for our business for the Knicks to win that, right? It's better for our business. Like last year, how great was that? Because it just generated a lot of interest and a lot of things to talk about and a lot of excitement. But deep down, I would expect you to want the Celtics to win that.
You also have to remember, though, I'm also the Celtics have been so wildly successful compared to the other teams that I root for. And again, it wasn't like that for a very long time. I mean, I became a really big fan around 87. They won their last chip in 86. So for 20-some years, 21 years or whatever it was not great. But since then, since sort of the Pierce era, this has been a really good team. They've put up a couple championships. They're really consistent. Like, they brought me a lot of joy. So, like, I wasn't sitting there weeping last year when they lost and then watching the Knicks go on a run. That comes from a fan who just hasn't won very much. So they're a team that has won in my life pretty regularly. So I just didn't spend a lot of time stressing that series. I could tell that from the beginning they did not look right in that series, and I didn't think they were going on a deep run. But listen, I am who I am. That's all that's all I can be.
Oh, you are. You are you.
I'm me. Same old
You are
Pete.
you.
And I'm going to do the best I can each and every time, and I'm excited for the playoffs, the Knicks, the Celtics. Who will I root for? We'll have to wait and see.
I do want to talk a little bit about the Knicks and the Celtics coming up. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg with you until 7 o'clock here on ESPN New York.
Well, I'm looking forward to having that conversation. I'm also looking forward to telling you about what's happening on Friday nights, because right now, Friday nights, they're getting crazy. NBA Happy Hour is live on FanDuel, all right? Every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern, FanDuel's running a limited-time special, all right? Listen to these specials to pregame your weekend. Boost, bonuses, surprises, all dropping right in the app, all right? So maybe your routine is you want to sit down, watch the game right after the show ends, no problem. Jump on the app before the first game. Maybe you want to throw something in on the old Jason Tatum return tonight. It's all there for you. It's like your new Friday night hoops tradition. The perfect way to kick off the weekend. A little basketball, a little action, a whole lot of Friday energy. The NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 6 to 7:30 Eastern, only on FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started. 21 and over in physically present New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, or BOKEN expiration, as I call it. Leg requirements and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com for help with a gambling problem. Call 877-8-OPEN-Y or text OPEN-Y 467-369.
ESPN New York is teaming up with Calandra's Bakery to give you the chance to win a pair of tickets to see New York take on Charlotte Sunday, April 12th at Madison Square Garden. Entering is easy. Stop by Calandra's Bakery on Bloomfield Avenue in Caldwell, New Jersey, anytime between March 4th and April 7th to enter in person. Full details and contest rules are on the ESPN New York app. Don't miss your shot to be there live. Brought to you by Calandra's Bakery in Caldwell, home of fresh-baked classic Italian pastries and traditions baked daily. 880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. Definitely want to stay away from the West Side Highway northbound, heading over to the outbound, George. Big crash by West 145th Street involves at least 6 cars and a tractor-trailer that snuck on the roadway. Right now, they're letting the left lane squeeze by. You're at a standstill there from the Intrepid. Southbound side, left lane blocked with emergency crews on the scene. That as you backed up onto the Henry Hudson. Riverside Drive, going to be a really good alternate heading through the area. Doing better at the inbound George upper deck, just about 5 to 10 minutes. Outbound Lincoln and Ernie about 40 to 50. Outbound Hahn over an hour. Take it nice and slow on the BQE westbound by Northern Boulevard in Queens. Big pothole there blocking the right lane. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit mad.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list, and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Game time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, guys. Sure. The Knicks visit the Nuggets with coverage immediately following Ty Butler on 880 at 8:30. St. John's closes out their regular season on the road against Seton Hall with coverage on 1050 at 8:40. I went back upstairs and rewound. He did say St. John's. Tullamore Dew, my son. The original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew. Response.
St. John's closes out.
Could have let it go, but no, we can't.
No, you can't, because Satan was said.
We can't. we won't do it.
I had a moment because I went upstairs and I said, Marco, people are talking about it. They really liked what you did. And he's like, really? And then he said, thank you for letting me do that.
Wow.
I was like, oh. Usually have to remind kids to say thank you.
I mean, think about, for me.
I only have a song for daughters, not for young sons.
Yeah, right?
Sorry. We'll work on it. We'll work on that.
Oh, no, I have one I can send you, Anthony. He'll weep if you play it.
What, Cats in the Cradle?
No, that's one for sure.
Father and Son?
It's a country
Stevens?
song. Oh. No, it's a country song.
A father and son one?
Yeah, they're drunk in a pickup.
Now I'm not going to play.
You know what?
What?
So bad. No, go ahead.
Don, you know
Play your
Father
games.
and Son. You know Father and Son by Cat Stevens, of course, right?
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
That's as good as it gets right there.
Is it, though?
That's yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what, Alan? Jacob, find it.
Yeah,
How
I
dare
can't
you
even wait.
besmirch
Besmirch Cat Stevens?
the great Cat Stevens.
That was
He doesn't even go by Cat Stevens anymore.
That's Yusuf to you
that's
and
how.
me.
Yeah,
That's
he's,
right.
he's balancing it out. And I got the book again. I'm going to probably hear the whole story because again, it's the baseball encyclopedia. His
But
book
no,
is
Father and
actually
Son.
got more pages than Lionel Richie's book. The audacity.
The audacity.
Let's hear it.
Let me give you a taste of Father and Son, everyone. Here it is. Father and Son. Cat Stevens, folks. Get the tissues, dads.
Sorry, YouTube.
Man, that's strum.
Play it yourself. Take it easy. It's still young.
I'm good.
That's your fault. You don't like this, Alan?
No, it's all right.
You know what? Then we're good.
Now you
I don't
both.
want you on the
I gotta
show
tell
anymore.
you.
How about that?
No, how about this? You both make me sick.
Peter, you good with Thelma and
You guys
Louise
cutting
at
me
the
out? Can I
Island?
go?
Yeah, no, I'm
'Cause we're done.
no. For
Can I
him
go?
to turn, for him to turn on that song of all songs on this holiest of days.
I
know
didn't turn on it. I just, you know.
No,
it-
but
it-
you
it's all
both.
right.
But you both make me sick because you're both music people who, after 7 seconds of a song, will go, "I'm good," or sometimes you just go, "Oh, it sounds pretty good. I got to hear it the rest of it." You got to spend time with a song like that. That song is deep.
I don't know. It's
No.
got to
You
hit
don't-
you
you
right
don't-
away.
you don't know.
No, because I'm telling you, I'm a big. Let's name that tune. If it doesn't get me in the first couple of notes, I'm.
No, you got to
That's
hear.
not Cat Steve, but like that's
Don
not
went to
Cat
black.
Stevens'
He's so
music.
upset.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Don, come back.
Don's
You're
out.
sending everything
Oh
crazy.
no, Don ran away.
We're going crazy over here on YouTube.
I'm disgusted. I'm real. Honestly, Alan, I'm really disgusted with you.
I'm sorry.
But you did it recently too, Don, where I played a song for 8 seconds and you went, "Hey, I'm good."
Peter,
Yeah,
move
but
to the
not at
left
this
real
level.
quick.
It was not at this level.
That's cool. There you go. Alan, you move to the right. Oh, no. There we go.
Wait, Peter, put
Honestly,
your head in.
'cause here's
Put your head in, Peter.
All right, you
Hold on,
ready
I
for
gotta-
this?
No,
You
the
ready
other
for
way.
this hot take? There is no hip hop song that is on that level of this song.
No, that's the terrible take.
No, it's not a terrible take.
And
No,
incorrect.
no
Of
hip
course
hop
it is.
song makes you cry.
Of
No
course
hip hop
they do.
song hits like that.
Of course they do.
No, they don't.
Don, you're out of your depths. You don't know the music.
How you living? What? That's not this.
What? Wait
Oh,
a minute.
this is-
That's
Yo,
No,
Don,
it's not.
Don-
It's not.
Don-
No,
Alan,
this,
Alan,
no,
Alan
it's not meant
angered-
to do that. It's not. It'd be
Alan-
like me saying
Alan-
a metal song. Like no metal
Alan-
song hits like that.
Alan angered Don so much that he
Yeah.
turned on an entire genre that had
Oh,
nothing
well,
to
I'm
do
not
with.
turning on it. I'm just saying it's not what it's about. I love metal. There's no metal song that hits like that.
I
There's no metal song
hip-hop
that's
is
going to
a-
get that kind of an
hip-
Can't do
emotion
it.
singing about his son.
Metal doesn't have any ballads that hit any serious somber
Not like that.
moments.
This
Well,
is Cat
hip-hop
Stevens,
does.
man.
Well, then speak for metal. Don't speak for hip hop.
No,
Oh,
I'm
wow.
speaking for
Oh, now
hip
we're
hop. I'm
going
just
there.
telling you. None.
You don't-
Zero.
you don't-
I'm telling
Don,
you
Don,
zero. No.
Don, you
Stop.
are a moron.
Zero.
You're a moron.
No,
You're embarrassing
I'm
yourself.
a moron.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
moron.
You're embarrassing
No,
yourself.
it's
You're embarrassing
impossible.
yourself.
It's
Yeah, of course it's not.
impossible.
Of course. Go listen. All right, during the commercial, go listen to "She's Mine" Part 2 by J. Cole about the birth of his daughter. Tell me songs are
It's
incapable
not.
of
Nobody
doing
knows
it.
it.
I'm sorry.
But
I
what do you
did
mean
this.
nobody
This is Cat
knows? Don, you're
Stevens.
making a
No,
fool of
this is
yourself.
Cat
You're
Stevens.
embarrassing it. Your
I
family.
am not embarrassing
your family's
myself.
in the
I'm just
home.
telling you.
Embarrassing thing.
Your
It's
family's
not
in the
because
home.
it's hip hop, just like metal.
No, hip hop's
Like, my
not
daughter-
metal.
I'm
Do you
sorry I
know-
did
do
this.
you know how much hip hop has surpassed metal?
It doesn't work.
You hold on. You know, hip hop metal is not in the conversation with hip hop. It doesn't even exist
No,
compared
but
to
why?
hip hop.
Why are you getting so sensitive?
It's infinitesimal.
Why are you getting so
compared to hip-hop.
sensitive?
Because
When I'm not
you're
talking
saying
about
something-
quality,
but you're
don't
sa-
get
yes,
so
you are.
friggin'
No,
sensitive, man.
You're saying something.
No,
stupid.
stop it. I'm just saying
Don,
it hits
you are
different,
saying-
and you've got to
you-
defend. I'm
you
not
are
saying it's
wrong.
bad. No, stop. Let's change the subject seriously, man.
You said
you're
you said it
pissing me
doesn't-
off right now
Well,
because
I
I'm
don't
not
care.
disrespecting hip hop.
Yeah,
I'm
yes,
just
you
saying
are.
it hits different than an acoustic guitar singing about your son. Don't be above, man. That's not right. No, it's not right what you did. It's not right what you did. I'm not disrespecting any genre of music. God forbid if I disrespect hip-hop like I'm some sort of friggin' moron because I don't get hip-hop, man. I'm not as cool as you.
No.
Sorry, I'm not as cool as you. I'm not disrespecting music, man.
Don,
and don't go there. It's disrespectful.
But you did.
What you did was wrong.
You did.
Say
it. No,
Who cares
you're
if
wrong.
I did? I'm not disrespecting you, man.
You're okay,
what are you,
but
Mr. Hip-Hop?
You're lashing out when I said your opinion made no sense.
You crossed the line.
You
crossed the line.
I'm sorry I said you're a
I'm
moron.
a moron.
I'm sorry.
Hip-hop is just so I can't disrespect it.
Don, you're
trying to have a fun conversation, man. Like I crossed some side of line.
Mute the mics.
Don, stop it.
Mute your mics. Because first and foremost, as I've said, music is subjective. We all have our own taste in it.
I was not going after the music, but for some reason you're sensitive about it.
No one is wrong. No one is wrong with their opinion.
No, he's wrong.
No,
he's
I'm not.
wrong.
Don, go back and listen to what you did. You decided to arbitrarily go, hip-hop can't go there. I went, yes, it can. No. You went, no, it cannot. I went, you don't know enough to say that. And then you
now
decided
you're going
to
with
lash
the ignorant
out.
stuff. I just brought up metal.
Why'd you do that?
It hits different when it's an acoustic guitar.
But then you could have. Okay, you're saying
Steven, that's what I'm saying. I never said it could go there because it didn't have the ability to go there. You took it like that because you're just a sensitive boy.
No, Don,
God forbid if white guy crosses the line talking about hip-hop. I'm the old white guy, and I'm a moron, so I should shut up.
It's not.
I will. I will shut up.
But moron was not the right thing to say. That was not the right thing.
Alan, how many times do I have to say sorry? I'm sorry that I said you're a moron.
I don't accept it.
Well, that's fine. I'm sorry. I was emotional in that moment, as I think you have been since
but I don't
then.
understand. Like when you,
it was a silly take in an argument.
Man.
We were supposed to be going after Alan,
because you make
and
it
then
seem
you go,
like as you're the ruler of hip hop. That how dare I even have a thought about it? Once I brought the metal in, it should have been done.
But
I wasn't
metal and hip-hop,
disrespecting genres.
But just because you're saying metal doesn't have stuff like that doesn't mean hip hop doesn't have stuff like that. That's how
it does have stuff like that. But
when you're saying I thought you were wrong about metal too, frankly. But if you said specifically it was about acoustic guitars, then I would have said I agree. You didn't express yourself like that, and now you're lashing out at me.
Instead of giving me the benefit of the doubt, you got to jump down my throat because God forbid if I have a music opinion around you.
You could have just backed off the point.
I don't feel like backing off.
But then you played yourself, and that's what you did. You dug yourself a hole
you're right.
further.
I played myself. I'm a moron. I'm an old man. Next, Alan, just please, dear God in heaven, change the subject.
Yeah, I'm trying to, as I tried to interrupt a couple of times. But, at some point, Peter, you just got to let it go. Like, we got to let it go. Because first and foremost,
saying sorry is the best I can do. I noticed I'm the one who said sorry. I said I'm sorry.
Yes, yeah,
Someone
I know.
else did not. So all I can do is say I'm sorry.
Well, I don't have to apologize because I wasn't attacked. I didn't attack you.
So the only part that was rude in this conversation was me saying
it was
moron.
the whole tone
that was
of
the
don't
only
even
thing.
go there. Like
it was a
hip-hop is
bad
somebody
point.
like what you are.
It is what I am. And that was a bad take. You got a bad
point. Move on.
Yeah,
just move on.
Done. The worst part about this whole thing is that I was joking about the Cat Stevens song just to get a rise out of Don, and it went the wrong way. All right?
I don't know how it went there.
Because of you.
It just
doesn't mean
you guys.
You talk down to people, you don't even realize you do it.
That I don't want to go any further. We'll do this off air. That does happen a lot, but let's just leave it there. Okay? Let's leave it there.
I said my apologies live on the air. That is it, folks.
Yeah, well, no, that's it. And we heard it. We heard it.
I really did love the music conversation on this show.
Yeah.
No, I think the music thing.
It used to be fun talking music until we take it personal. Again, when the debate is lost, slander is the tool of the loser. Keep that in mind. That's why we don't do that. Keep that part in mind.
All right, people.
That's why we don't do it. And end of conversation. We're done. We're done.
No. I'm not 6, Alan. Don't tell me when I'm done. I'm not done.
Oh, somebody's got to tell you you're done.
Well,
because we have to move on.
That we could have just moved on, and then you got to come back and pile on again. Just because I said a rude thing doesn't mean that the tone to me leading up to that wasn't rude. My thing was the be-all, end-all. Stop it. I'm not getting ganged up on here simply because I thought an argument was bad. I said one rude thing. You're right. There was a myriad of rude things that were said between everyone, and I'm the only one who said, I'm sorry, that's my bad. And now we keep going on. We're going to mention it again. And, Alan, you're going to jump in now and go, well, the loser is the person who said blah, blah, blah. I said, I'm sorry.
Well, I
said I'm
quoted
sorry.
Socrates is what I did there.
Well, I mean, it was a good Socrates quote. I'm not saying it's wrong, but it wasn't. I don't know if we needed it.
Let's move
there
on.
you go. Now we got the accepted apology, and now we can.
Now, we talked about this yesterday, guys, about the Celtics being the favorite, and Tatum's coming back tonight. Did you see, Peter, that they're actually going to give away T-shirts, the 0 for Tatum? So they're really leaning into coming back here.
Well, I mean, are we talking a jersey T-shirt?
I don't think
we talking a.
I don't know. I saw the picture. It looks like it's just a T-shirt, but it might be something nicer than that. I don't think they're going to give away a replica. It's draped over all the seats, so I would think it's probably just a T-shirt. But Celtics at 240.
Minus 240?
240 to win the East.
Should be plus, right?
Plus 240.
Everybody's plus.
Cavs plus 300. Pistons plus 380. Knicks plus 400.
Right.
Now, there are some places where you can get better odds in the Knicks than the Pistons because Michael opened his show. I don't know where he got it, but he actually got the Knicks being ahead of the Pistons, making it out of the East. Now, you say, well, they got Tatum back, and they were the defending champions last year and all that. But this one bothers me, guys. The Thunder are minus 115 to come out of the West. The Nuggets are plus 380. But the Thunder own the Spurs. The Spurs own the Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
Are they just leaning into the fact that regular season really means nothing? I mean, the Spurs own the Thunder.
Yes, but the Spurs. The reason why you don't give the Spurs a lot of belief or trust is the fact that they're extremely young, and there's no history of a team that has zero. Their core has zero playoff experience, and they go on a run. They like to get to the finals with zero playoff experience. Their core does not have any experience. Only Harrison Barnes does.
How much?
Well, and also you got to give. Sorry, Don. You also do have to There's a certain level of credence just to the fact that OKC's shown they can do it throughout an entire playoff. This is the first year of this Spurs team being what this Spurs team is. But Alan, we don't know what they're like come May and June.
And so that's the question. That's the biggest question. See, same thing with Detroit. Detroit, there's really no. They have one series of playoff experience, and they didn't win it. So they have zero playoff wins. When you look at teams in the history, right, the Laker team that won in the bubble, they are a team that didn't have prior experience as a group. But because they put that thing together, LeBron just showed up. So it doesn't count. I'll go back to the 2015 Warriors. They're the first team to not reach a conference finals the year before to win a championship. But you have to think that they also had 2 years, though, of at least advancing one time in the playoffs and having 3 playoff series in their pocket. At least they had that. The Spurs have none of that. The Pistons have have a little more, but not much, just one playoff series. So that's why those teams, despite the fact that one is 2 in the West, one is number 1 in the East, it's hard to make them the favorites, the betting favorites, when you're looking at experience.
I know, but Peter's right. Like, you look at the Thunder. They won the finals last year, and like you said, second round, and then nothing. They had one playoff win going into last year.
The Thunder.
Right.
They had I think they had 2 years of playoff experience, didn't they? And then they had 2 rounds last year. The previous year.
That was the first time. Just looking at Basketball Reference.
Okay.
They lost in the Western Conference in the first round in 1920.
Okay, yeah.
So no playoffs in 21, 22, or 23. Then 24.
They had the 2 rounds. They lost to Dallas.
They lost.
That was Dallas, right?
Dallas in the second round.
Wait a minute here. They lost to Dallas in 6.
In the second round.
Wasn't that when they? Yeah, I feel like they were up in the series, then blew it. I could be wrong.
That sounds about right.
Now I'm just looking. Was that the Western? No, so that was just one. They didn't even win a series. Yeah, they lost in the semis. They had not won a series. They lost to Dallas in 6. So they had all of 6 games of postseason experience going into last year. So that from minus 115 to the Spurs at plus 380. But the Knicks, who went to the conference final last year, a Pistons team that hasn't been out of the first round since 2008. So you can say, well, they beat them all 3 times. This year killed them. So that's why the Pistons would be the slight favorite over the Knicks. But that didn't help the Spurs. Now, I know that the Thunder did what they did last year, but It seems odd to me that they would be that. Is it that crazy to think the Spurs can beat the Thunder?
It's not, because the history of their matchup in the regular season does. Now the Thunder swept the Pelicans in the first round, then they lost to Dallas in the second round. They had 2 rounds of experience. They won 1 round that year before they won the championship. The Spurs have nothing. They have no collective, and they also don't have any as a team. And that's the old adage of you got to go through the pain. You got to play. You got to have been through a war and had the comeback the next year, at least better for it, with at least some calluses from the year before. The Spurs don't have that yet, and I think there's some questions about that durability with Wemby in a playoff series. We haven't seen it yet. So I think that's the only reason why there'd be any type of, being hesitant about them and believing more in a team like Denver, who's been banged up all year. They've fallen to 5th in the West, but a lot of people look at them. As Stan Van Gundy said it last night on the call, the Nuggets played the Lakers last night, and he said this team, when they're fully healthy, he said, I think they're the best team in the West. And they get Aaron Gordon back. They'll get Peyton Watson back. Their defense will be better. And they've got 2 mega stars who can carry you offensively, and then the best player in the game in Jokic. So that's why I think Denver. There's also
a part of this, Alan. I'm sorry to cut you off. There's also a part of this that when people talk about Oklahoma City, they were so good in the playoffs last year, up until the final, and then of course they got it done. And then they've been so good in the regular season this year, for the most part, though, as you pointed out the other day, a little bit of slippage, some more let your guard down, dumber losses than maybe we've seen in the past. But I do wonder how much a narrative started to get built around OKC last year that they were unbeatable.
Yes.
Early in the playoffs, it was like
Right.
they're not losing, no one's beating them.
They were mowing people down. Right.
They were mowing, and then listen, we have respectfully, we're a little bit lazy about storylines. So once the storyline became Oklahoma City just not losing, that's how everyone felt. Even though Indiana, a team who no one had been talking about 2 months earlier, pushed them to the brink in 7 games. So I just wonder how much of it's laziness and people not really wanting to open their eyes to the fact that, no, they could lose to Denver this year, or they could lose to San Antonio.
Well, remember, Denver took them to 7 games last year in the second round.
Yeah.
But I'll use the phrase that Bart Scott uses all the time: styles makes fights, right? Like that's and I think that's the part. Indiana had the right game, like the way they played up-tempo fast, and they had length, and they had guards they could throw at you physically, defensively. That I think it's just – and they had a head coach who's very smart, and I think that's part of it. And as we know with young teams, it's like climbing Mount Everest. The higher you get in the playoffs, the thinner the air gets. It's harder to breathe. You get tired faster. You get a little more nervous. You get a little tight because you haven't been through that. You haven't been that deep. So I do think there is something to be said about matchups, which is why no matter who you're talking about, the wrong matchup early in the playoffs could knock a good team out. And I think that's a real thing. So, what Boston's going to be with Tatum is going to be very interesting to watch. But I don't think you can make any declaratives about Boston just because Tatum comes back 8 months after popping his Achilles. And the assumption is he's going to be the Jason Tatum that he was right before he popped his Achilles. We all know. History tells you that's not going to happen.
So why the love for the Celtics then?
Because they have experience.
But that's just.
But Don, it goes back to what I was just saying. It's. I'm sorry.
You think it's lazy?
Well, it's late. They're a recent champion with a bona fide head coach, 2 star players, and people are lazy. That's the team they think they know. Even though, as Alan pointed out, once you get past Peyton Pritchard, you don't know this team. You really don't know them.
You really think that Tatum is going to be anywhere near what he was before the injury? Who is the guy that comes back from an Achilles in 10 months as if like nothing happened? What was it, like Adrian Peterson? Like I can't think of any other guys. Halliburton's not close. Like if you tell me Halliburton would come back if the Pacers were in contention?
No,
or is he just not back because they're out of it?
He's even said that he's nowhere near it.
All right. Did Durant come back?
No, he took even more time.
Right.
Remember,
and then the guys
he
that
had
have
the
come
Achilles,
back,
went to the Nets and didn't play.
I really honestly think it's Vegas disrespecting the Knicks. I understand disrespecting the Pistons. I get it because they've never done it. But Vegas is telling you last year was a fluke, and the Knicks can't do it again.
I'll take it.
Well, they should.
I think it's fine. I think it's what you want.
You get him at plus 400. I think that's a nice bet to take.
Yeah, and again, I think it's honestly. I've said this yesterday, but I'll repeat it. If you're the Knicks, this is what you want because we know what happens. We saw one playoff win in 7th Avenue got shut down, right? We know it. Just the overreaction sometimes creates energy that can create maybe too much expectation, too much of a demand, and that could weigh on a team. I think removing it is the best. This Tatum return to the Celtics, here's a crazy take. Tatum's return to the Celtics could be the best thing that happened to the Knicks.
I totally feel
you get what I mean by that?
Yes. You're changing. You are fundamentally changing what this team is. And when he puts down his head on his pillow at night, there's no question Jaylen Brown is going, couldn't he have just waited till next year? Like, I got this thing going right now. I know where we are as a team. And if you're not going to be 100%, are you really adding to what we're doing?
Yeah, and I'll even add to that what a guest said last week to us that backs up what Peter and Alan are saying. 6 o'clock, we've got ENN. 7 o'clock, Ty Butler. It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg till 7 on ESPN New York.
We're definitely going to be late for kickoff. We should be at the game by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I've got to fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple of towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We missed tailgating because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas. Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the whole first quarter.
Football fans, download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FANS25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FANS25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FANS25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code FANS25.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
25 a month, 5 whole years, same sweet number in your ears. Check it in a year, check it in 5. This ain't optimum 5, but price is still alive. 25 a month, 5 whole years, same sweet number in your ears. Get Optimum famously fast fiber internet. Optimum.com/25 for 5. Or call 8884-OPTIMUM. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
DraftKings Sportsbook puts you right in the middle of basketball's biggest star-driven moments. Bet player props, bet live, and when a game turns fast, DraftKings has your back with early exit. If your player gets injured anytime in the first half, your bet stays alive. And once it settles, you still get paid in cash. That's built-in protection for star-driven bets. Backed by DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. New customers bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets instantly with code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. 21 plus, New York only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
50 years from now, will jeans be wide or skinny? Will email still exist? Will guac still be extra? One thing is certain. If you won the new Millionaire for Life from the New Jersey Lottery today, you'd still be getting $1 million every year for life. That's enough money to say, bring it on, the future. I will have that guacamole at any price.
Play the new Millionaire for Life today. Anything can happen in Jersey. Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. Just an awful ride on the West Side Highway northbound, trying to make your way toward the outbound George. Big crash by West 145th Street involves at least 6 cars and a tractor-trailer that snuck on the roadway. Right now, left lane is squeezing by, but they could shut everything down. Traffic is at a standstill there from the Intrepid. Southbound side, left lane out with emergency crews on the scene. That is you crawling and backed up onto the Henry Hudson. Stick with Riverside Drive or Broadway. Those are great alternates heading through the area. Inbound George, about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln going to run you close to an hour. Outbound Hahn, an hour plus. Jammed on the belt westbound in Brooklyn. An accident by Flatbush Avenue. Solid delays from JFK and Queens. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering 25% off windows and doors or 0% APR for 72 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends March 31st, 2026.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
ESPN New York is taking over Calandra's Italian Village in Caldwell, New Jersey on Wednesday, March 18th. Join us live starting at 3 p.m. with a special happy hour you do not want to miss. Come hang out, talk sports, and get ready for a huge night on the ice. Then stick around for the Rangers and the Devils watch party at 7 p.m. That's when the puck drops. Big screen, great food, unbeatable atmosphere, and the best fans in hockey all under one roof. Reservations are recommended. To book your table, call 973-226-8889. See Don Hahn and Rosenberg live at Calandra's Italian Village in Caldwell, New Jersey, Wednesday, March 18th, starting at 3 p.m. Anthony Pusick is going to be there.
Oh, wow.
Oh, now you know it's an event.
I'm sticking around for the game.
Now you know it's an event if he's going.
I was a little taken aback when he said that. You know, if you remember, we had Kendrick Perkins on. I think it was early last week we had him on, and he had said, there's no pressure on the Celtics. Nobody thinks they can do anything. That's why they're so dangerous.
That
right?
changes.
So it's everything that you said. And now Tatum comes back. They're the Vegas favorites to come out of the East.
Right.
So that's gone now, right?
And they're going crazy. By the way, they're going crazy in Boston. I was watching a show up there. One of my friends is on it, so I was watching it, and they were saying, like, this is the biggest comeback, in-season comeback in the NBA since Jordan came back in 95, 96. That's how big this is.
Wow,
And that's a lot. Now, I also want to point this out. So the Celtics play, again, a depleted Dallas Mavericks team tonight at home. It's the right way to return. But you know what their schedule is next week? Listen to this. It starts Sunday at 1:00 in Cleveland. Then they go to San Antonio and play the Spurs, and then they go to Oklahoma City to play the Thunder. Going your next 3 games.
And you got.
Is he going to play in any of those games?
Well, he might play in 1 or 2.
And how much is he going to play? Like, this is going to be interesting on many levels. They have 20 games left in their season.
Wouldn't you be interested too? Wouldn't you be interested in what the Brad Stevens conversation is right now? Like, how much of this?
How do they manage it?
Where does Brad Stevens fall on this? And this actually might be interesting. Alan, you know people. Get us a Celtics guy in the next 10 minutes. Where does Joe Mazzulla fall on this? Where does Brad Stevens fall on this?
Well, they have to all be in lockstep, don't you think? They'd all have to be in agreement.
Know. Don, do they all have to be in lockstep? Is it not possible that 2 could be pushing 1? Like that Mazzulla. I could see Mazzulla being a crazy person who's like, no, we're going to win it this year. Like, we're here. Let's go for it. And I could see Brad Stevens being a guy who's like, hey, dude, we don't need you this year. This was all about the long.
They always let him believe it, and if I'm telling you from what I know, there. First of all, they play at 7, so there's no one available at 5:30 in Boston right now. They're getting ready for the game, but but Brad Stevens is the guy that runs that place. He runs the show. He would not be playing if they didn't want him to play.
Well,
they see he's ready. They want to give him the chance to do it. Now, one theory up there that I heard was, he might play a little bit, and if it's just, if he's realizing, like, I'm not close and I don't want to hold the team back, that they'll leave it to him to say, I made my comeback, I'm back, I was able to play, but I'm not ready to play playoff level. I don't want to take away from the team. It is possible that could be the outcome before we get to Game 82.
I guess it'll depend on how he feels, but is it really that strategic, or is it just, hey, he wants to play. We got to let him play. Nobody wants to tell him no. I want to come back and play. Are you going to tell him no? It's one thing if he leaves it up to you, but if a star player says, I want to come back and play, is there anybody in that organization that's going to tell him no?
No, you can't. If he's cleared,
even
if he's cleared, you play him. You play him. But I'm telling you, all the pressure, all the attention, all the expectations are now shoved all up to Boston. No one else. This is good for Detroit. This is good for the Knicks. All the pressure, all the expectations, all of it now are up there.
And if you believe, like Perk did, that one of the benefits of picking Boston, or one of the reasons you pick Boston, is because there's zero pressure on them, that ship sailed. That's now over. If that's the reason why you thought they were dangerous, they're now no longer dangerous. Because, like you said, they're going to have a target on their back now.
Yep.
And it's going to be the talking point for the rest of the season. Every time they play, it becomes a big deal.
I just want to say, as a Celtics fan, fraudulent as you may view me, world, I would have been so okay with a decision being made at this point. Hey, we know the rumors are out, and we know Jason's practicing and he's doing his best to get back. We're going to go ahead this year and go on without him. Like, we want this to be a full year recovery. He is too valuable to this franchise, and as much as we'd love to have him be a part of this year, this is a long-term play, and he's not happy about it, but this is what we're doing. I just want to say that me as a fan, I'm good with that. That answer to me is professional and okay. I mean, you guys remember last year how quickly I was in on the bench Jaden for the rest of the year. Mm-hmm. I didn't need to see. Once Jaden Daniels had hurt his arm badly, and it freaked me out, and it looked like his arm bent inside, I didn't want to see him again. Like, go away. When it's someone you believe could be the future of an organization, any sort of rush back to me, guys, is just, I don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze.
Now, I completely agree. Now, our good friend Kofi did point out.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That Dominique Wilkins returned in a short amount of time and averaged 29 a game in the 92-93 season.
Yeah,
he was 30 years old.
In 91, at the end of the early in the 91-92 season, and came back in 92-93 and averaged 30 points a game.
Right, he only played 40.
Before, right?
Yeah, he had only played 42.
That's the human highlight reel to you and me.
But he played 42 games the year before, so that's half the season, and then came back. But I point out to everyone, he came back at the start of the season, had the ability to play a training camp, played 70 games. Like, this is not parachuting into the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, this is not – I'll tell you what, his first game that season was against the Knicks, and he had 30. His first game back, Wilkins had 30.
He's different.
Would anybody have batted an eye if he just stayed in the G League, or just waited it out and then just came back with a couple of weeks left in the season? The fact that he went to the G League and then came back, he must feel good.
Well, you got to ramp up, right? Because you don't have much time. You've got to get games in. You got to get through the soreness and all the things that happen when you haven't played as long as he has. There's a lot he's got to get through to see if he can do it in the playoffs. And that's what these next, I think, 6 weeks are going to be. They know they're going to make the playoffs. They're not worried about what impact it could have on their team right now. I think it's to see, can he ramp it up to a point where he is showing you, okay, there's the Tatum that we remember. He's got about 6 weeks to do this.
Pedro in L.A.'s got a conspiracy theory about the Celtics. I love it. What do you got, Pedro?
Love conspiracy theories.
Hey, what's up, guys? Do you think the Celtics, does Tatum coming back so early, does that have anything to do with the Celtics having like really bad odds before the season, and maybe a lot of people took the bet and he comes back and kind of wrecks the odds in Vegas?
Wow,
you are.
And another thing,
you're very devious.
Don,
I love it.
Wow.
You ever watch YouTube?
Wow, I love this.
This is a dark place.
And Don,
Pedro,
you
and I mean
call
that as a
people
compliment.
morons all the time, Don. So I think if Peter calls you a moron, you gotta be able to take it because you call people moron a lot.
And I
love
think
you
about
guys.
that. Don is a big
Just
moron guy.
later.
I am a big moron guy. But,
He does use moron.
Yeah, but maybe too.
I don't even know what it means, if I'm being totally honest with you. I do not know the actual definition of moron.
I need the origin of word, actually.
I do call
it
people
doesn't sound
moron,
like
but not a code.
not your friends to their face.
No.
Behind their back, perhaps.
And
this was moron was a medical term.
Really?
Early 20th century.
Okay,
Go ahead.
Sounds right.
Take me through it.
Yeah. So from the Greek moron, which is meant to say foolish. Yeah.
So those back when people were foolish with it, they institutionalized them.
I guess
them?
so.
Well, now, listen, it's far fetched, right?
It's a bit of a reach.
But this is what happens when you have legalized gambling and stuff. Like,
It's
oh,
interesting.
look at the odds we got. Look at how much they changed. What were the odds at the start of the year? Sure as heck wasn't plus 240.
Let me see if we can we find that? That's findable, right?
Yeah, I'm sure either Anthony or Jacob can find what the Celtics odds were. It had to be, probably plus 1,000.
They were to reach the NBA Finals. No, that's the wrong season. See? Don't trust AI. I have now the 2025-26.
Okay.
Plus 750. Championship odds.
To win the championship.
NBA Finals winner, yes.
Wow.
Plus 750.
So it's probably like a plus.
By the way,
500,
that's
600.
The Knicks were. Wait a minute. See, no, this isn't preseason either. I apologize.
No.
This is we're doing this live, folks. We're doing this.
Now, folks, we're going through this live.
You know what I mean?
Stay with us. Stay with us till we get there.
Don't ever do this live.
No, do it live.
Well, not if it's going to be this.
Yeah, Alan, how soon? I was defending you. I got a moron lined up for you, by the way.
It was a great idea.
Not like that. You don't like it this way. Okay.
Well, I mean, we'll get there eventually, but hopefully we'll have it when we get back. It'll make for a nice tease. A lot of calls to get to. 1-800-919-3776.
Oh, I got it now.
No, it's too late.
Well, hold on to it, and then we'll have Ian at 6
good at
and Ty Butler at 7 on ESPN New York.
18th ranked St. John's close out the regular season on the road against Seton Hall. Coverage begins today at 8:40 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Gold is now over $5,100 an ounce, and silver is at an all-time high. Now is the best time to cash in on your unused gold and silver by going to the Estates Roadshow. Gold and silver, old rings, chains, and even broken jewelry. Don't wait. Cash in while gold and silver are hot. 2 locations this week: Staten Island at the Hilton Garden Inn and Old Bridge at TMT Cash for Gold. Bring your gold, silver, coins, diamonds, and watches, even broken pieces, and get cash on the spot. The prices of gold and silver are at an all-time high, so there's never been a better time to sell. No appointments, no fees, no pressure. Just friendly professional buyers with over 35 years in the business. Go to the Estates Roadshow Monday through Friday in Staten Island at the Hilton Garden Inn and Friday through Tuesday in Old Bridge at TMT Cash for Gold, the bright yellow building on Route 9 South. Get some cash in your hands today at the Estates Roadshow. For more info, follow Estates Roadshow on Facebook or go to tmtcashforgold.com.
Become a Yankees Universe Fan Club member today. The Rookie and Explorer packages are now available. All Yankees Universe members receive a membership card, 2 tickets to a 2026 Yankees home game, access to a members-only website, and MLB audio at-bat. Plus, Rookie members get an official New York Yankees t-shirt. A portion of all proceeds benefits pediatric cancer research at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. Join Yankees Universe today at yankees.com/universe.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
You remember what it feels like to move without thinking about pain? To get up, sit up, walk, work, or live without that constant ache? If neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica took that away from you, it's time to get it back. I'm Bart Scott. Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain is the guy you need. Ivy League trained, double board certified, no surgery, no scars, no long recovery, just precise, image-guided, non-surgical treatments designed to get you feeling strong again. With offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, and most major insurances are accepted, there is no reason to wait. Go to SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think.
With Progressive customer service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last 2, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hahn and Rosenberg is live from the Big East Tournament presented by Schweppes, Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, and Samuel Adams. Join DHR broadcasting live from the Irish Exit inside Moynihan Train Hall for a Big East extravaganza. Big East legends Charles Smith and Walter Berry will join us on site as we break down the action and relive the glory days. All courtesy of Schweppes. Stop by beginning at 3 p.m. Enter to win great prizes and make the Irish Exit your headquarters when the Big East takes center stage. Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea is available at Avenida and the Rutherford. Must be 21 or older to purchase. Please drink responsibly.
See us live from the Irish Exit at Moynihan Train Hall Friday, March 13th, before the semifinal round of the Big East Tournament. Stop by before heading into the Garden or before your commute home. Don and Rosenberg live from the Irish Exit at Moynihan Train Hall, starting at 3 p.m. Friday, March 13th, just steps away from Madison Square Garden and Penn Station. Brought to you by Schweppes, above the rim refreshment. Feel the madness and refresh your game with a Schweppes Seltzer or Schweppes Ginger Ale. Sam Adams and Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea available at Jack Doyle's and John Sullivan's. Must be 21 or older to purchase. Please drink responsibly. All right, more calls.
Talk to the people. Wait. Don't you want me to get you the right number?
Yeah, right. Got to pay. I thought maybe you were still trying to find it.
No. I have it. I found it at FanDuel. And this is from October of 2025, right at the start of the season.
Yeah,
and if we could find ourselves a DeLorean and a flux capacitor, boys, we'd be rich. So to reach the NBA Finals, meaning winning the Eastern Conference, was plus 1,200.
Wow. So
all right, it gets better. The win total over under was 41.5, and they suggested take the under, which was minus 124. If you took the over plus 102, they're at 41 wins right now.
Oh, so that's done. That's easy.
And then one last thing. This one also caught my eye. Odds to win the NBA MVP, Jaylen Brown, plus 30,000.
Wow.
He's
and what is he?
right
he's
there.
Like plus 500?
He's right there. Man.
Yeah,
Another reason he doesn't need Tatum back.
I don't want to take the chance of trying to do it in segment, but can we get the odds on what Brown right now is to win MVP? Peter says plus 500.
You're daring me to do this, are you? Okay.
Don't. Please don't.
I would suggest that maybe Anthony do it.
Wow. You lost all your faith in me, didn't you?
Don, you're not trying to say that Allen is
bad at Googling?
No, I'm not. No, what I'm doing.
No. You mean the M word?
No. You're not suggesting that, are you?
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to a teammate. But I tell you that when I asked Anthony if he could, before the start of that segment, when I brought up the odds to win the East and the West, I don't know if I put my phone down before he had sent it to me.
Well, he's very good.
So this is more of a compliment to Anthony.
Or a gambling issue that I have, one of the two.
Well,
yeah, a severe gambling problem possible on the table as well.
So how are we doing? Do we have it yet?
Yeah, how are we doing? That's a good question.
Did Anthony find it?
So we're giving up here.
Well, you just told me that you wanted Anthony to do it.
I wanted to see if he'd power through.
But I assumed because you were offended, you were powering through to do it, and we still don't have it.
All right, run it back. What are we looking for?
Do I really get offended?
Well,
Jaylen Brown MVP odds
right now.
Let's take it. Well, that's so that one's hard to look at for us
because we're in New York.
Because in New York you can't bet it.
I can't find it.
So I don't know if I look for it, I'll find it, but I'll see if I can find it online.
You know what? But I'm in Nueva Jersey, so.
Oh, okay.
So now you could do it.
Now
you can do it.
Now let's see if I'm any better at it than Allen.
You're better than me at everything.
That's not true. Odds to win MVP. Let's see if he's even on the list. God, I'm looking. I'm just looking at.
No, he's definitely on the list. He's like third.
Yeah, he's in the top five for sure.
Got SGA at minus 260.
Okay.
Jokic at plus 450. Cunningham at plus. No, they don't have him here.
What?
That's insane.
That's crazy. Dude.
All right, plus 4,000.
Wow. He's still plus 4,000?
Well, because the feeling is it's either SGA or Jokic.
Right. I mean,
again, because people are lazy. Let's just be honest.
But think about it, Peter. I had it right the first time. He went from plus 30,000 to plus 4,000. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good movement.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. From 30. Yeah.
That's a movement of 26,000 for God's sake. So that's pretty good.
I'm curious about this one too. While we're playing this reindeer game. 2025 season. What was the Celtics win total projected to be?
41.
You just said that.
41.5 was the over/under.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was plus money, and then the over was plus 102.
Yeah.
So, but shouldn't that statistic, seeing as they're going to cruise past the over tonight,
probably,
shouldn't that factor into the MVP conversation in a big way? Like, isn't that this is where I always, Don, this to me is always what the fight is about.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
It's always a fight between, do you define it as the best player in the league, or do you define it as most valuable? The Celtics this year minus Jaylen Brown, in spite of the great coaching, in spite of the great defense, Allen, if they're down Jaylen Brown, this is a 30-win team.
Yeah, they're
it's
30.
It's a 28-win team.
15, 18? Yeah, no.
Like, that to me is...
Yes.
No, it's best.
That's why I said I believe Joe Mazzulla should be Coach of the Year. I think he's been it's an incredible job.
He'll get it. I bet that's the one they'll
these
get.
MVP odds.
Yeah, and by the way, his Coach of the Year was a plus 1,500 to start the year.
But these MVP odds are based on who the best player is, not the most valuable. Because Cunningham should be the most valuable. Pistons have the best record in the NBA. Right? Why would Jokic be the second favorite? Where's Denver?
Yeah, it's true.
So they're
but
going by who the best
The guy has like
is.
30 triple doubles, and he's still the best player in the league.
The Pistons weren't the favorite coming in, and they have the best record in the NBA right now. And meanwhile, Cunningham's got the fourth best odds, third best odds, and ridiculous. And you look at Brown with no Tatum, having them in the conversation as a top 3 team in the East. To have it be minus 4,000, plus 4,000, it is giving basically. They say that SGA is the best player, and that's why he's the favorite.
Yep.
Now, obviously, you take any of these guys away from their teams, it's going to be huge.
Of course.
But I think they're just giving it to the best. That's where those odds come from anyway, as far as I'm concerned. All right, let's go to Leo in the Bronx. He wants to show off a little bit. What do you got, Leo?
Hey guys, as always, thank you so much for getting me through. I'll just take a couple of minutes. I don't want to waste the other callers' time with their sports point, but my girlfriend and I, Nicole, we're right now at the hospital, and we need a little bit of help. We're debating between Jackson, like Jackson Dart. I'm a huge Giants fan.
I like
that. He likes Bryson. Babe, which one do you think they should go with?
I think that they should tell us what they like better.
All right, so it's Jackson, or what's the other option?
So Jackson would be Jaxson, and then Bryson, Brycen. And I'm literally actively contracting as I'm asking you guys this question because my man loves your show so much that this is the priority.
No, it's not. You are the priority, first and foremost.
Please.
What is your preference?
And what's Bryson for?
So neither had any significance to me other than I just like them both. But he is a diehard Giants fan, so he is ready to name our first child after their new quarterback.
I just want to take a page out of Peter's book. That's it. He did it for his daughter last year or 2 years ago, and I just wanted to do the
middle
same
name. Because you don't want to, right, Peter? We jumped you because we're like, what if Daniels doesn't turn out to be anything? And unfortunately, he had the season that he had.
But the biggest piece also is two things. How into it. What's the woman's name?
Yeah, what's your wife's name?
Nicole.
Or your girlfriend's name? I'm sorry.
Nicole, where are you at? Where are you at with Jackson as a name?
Or the Giants?
But Natalie loved the name.
I love the name Jackson. I just feel like it's getting more and more common, so that's why I was a little bit hesitant. And I feel like Bryson is a little bit less common, but my boyfriend's name is Lionel, so it would be Jackson Lionel or Bryson Lionel. So we just need opinions. We're having all the nurses tally the board.
My opinion should not matter. Your opinion matters more than anything, and of course, your boyfriend.
You know what? You're not. I appreciate you, and I agree. You're not wrong. But
I say Bryson only because again, we all hope Jackson Dart's going to turn out to be great. Peter named Daniels playing the championship game. What if Jackson Dart doesn't turn out to be any good? Forever, you're going to say to people, I named my kid after Jackson Dart, and like 20 years from now, they might be like, who? What happened? The guy that got hurt in his second year? I
said Bryson Lionel sounds like the next famous, sports star. So you never know.
It's got to be.
I don't want to, Nicole. I don't want to listen. This is your guys' choice, and so you're going to have to do a trade for you.
Well, you don't understand. My boyfriend loves you guys more than me. So if you guys could just give us a tally for our board.
You can hear Nicole is begging you to just make a decision so they can move on and she can have this baby.
Okay,
you can hear it in her voice.
I'm contracting, so as a favor to me, you guys, please pick a name.
No, I'm out on Bryson. Alan, we need you to weigh in because I do not. I think the name Bryson is nozzly. I'm out on Bryson.
Wow.
I'm out on Bryson.
Could be a good golfer. We don't know.
Honestly,
that's what I'm saying. It's so golf. I just am not there for it.
All right, and
baby's coming with you. Make a decision.
I'm not. Yeah, exactly. And I'm not saying this because I'm going to try to rush through this because there's urgency in your voice, sweetheart. And all the best to you. God bless. I am saying Jackson as well. It's a strong-sounding name, and I like it.
Yes. No, it's a great name, but two things. Number one, sounds like she's leaning towards Bryson.
That's why
she should have the say. And
it's a vote.
Jackson, because of Jackson Dart.
Well, it's because of Jackson Dart, but in the end, it doesn't have to be. It has to be because it's just this is the name we came up with, and he'll make it great.
That's the thing. I think if she had told me I hate the name Jackson,
that's a different story.
She said she loved it. So if you love it. And Don, here's the thing. If Jayden Daniels turns out to not be the guy who I believe he's going to be, it'll be a funny story. I'm like, remember when they had the guy Jayden Daniels? We loved the name. He was playing great. We went with Jayden. It's not like you literally – now, unless he goes out Now, if he goes out and pulls an OJ, God forbid, well, then we've got a problem.
Yeah,
but assuming that the career just flames out, it's not the end of the world.
Jaylen's middle name is Michelle after the Beatles song, and Marco's middle name is Harrison because of George Harrison.
Mm-hmm.
They can't be tarnished. One's a great song, and one was a great Beatle that's no longer with us. But when you talk about
George
a guy that's played 8 games of the NFL, man, I'm sorry. No.
All right, well, the votes are in.
You got outvoted. Don, you got outvoted.
I did.
2/3.
Well,
all right, get to having a baby. Let us know Monday how we did.
Contractions. Perfect.
That's
way
awesome.
To lead into ENN.
I love
Hahn
it.
Rosenberg, ESPN.
What a show.
It's Chuck Devine with SnowCountry.com. Find what you need to get projects done from brands you trust at prices you'll love. Lowe's, we help, you save. So we deal with some wet weather in a mix in order to get to the good stuff by the weekend, especially Sunday when we're into full-blown spring skiing and snow that softens when temperatures rise. Northern spots like Stratton, Killington, and Pico got tagged with 4 to 5 inches of fresh snow this week. Wyndham and Bel Air both on 55 trails in the Catskills. That snow should soften nicely this weekend, even on the steeper terrain. Gore Mountain and Whiteface are both 95% in the Adirondacks. Mohawk took a break on Thursday in Connecticut, looking to be back on Friday. They have skiing and snow tubing, and so does Butternut with every trail open in the Berkshires. Jiminy on 43 trails machine grooms snow and loose granular day and night. Our Snow Country crew hit Stratton in Vermont a couple days ago with all the cruising runs and terrain parks in great shape at Stratton.
You don't just ski or ride, you dominate. At Killington, we fuel your adventure. Be the beast. Ski and ride Killington.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. I hope you have an awesome rest of the night and a fantastic weekend. Don't forget to spring ahead. We're going to start off in Jersey. Seton Hall Pirates taking on St. John's Red Storm tonight at the Rock in Newark. Tip-off not till 9 o'clock. That's a good thing because we've got a crash on 21 southbound right before 280. Jam there and backed up from Riverside Avenue. Inbound George Upper Deck will run you about 15 to 20 minutes. Doing a lot better on the West Side Highway northbound, heading over to the outbound George. They picked up that crash involving a tractor-trailer that snuck on the roadway over by West 145th. All lanes back open, but you're still bumper to bumper there from the Intrepid. Outbound Lincoln and Holland Tunnels close to an hour ride. Theater at MSG tonight, Battle of the Badges 3. Your best bet into Midtown, stick with mass transit. Otherwise, stay away from the east side of town. FDR just crawling in both directions, heading over to the Midtown Tunnel. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
25 a month, 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Check it in a year, check it in 5. This ain't optimum 5, but price is still alive. 25 a month, 5 whole years. Same sweet number in your ears. Get Optimum famously fast fiber internet. Optimum.com/25 for 5. Or call 8884-OPTIMUM. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
March is here and the madness is underway. Schweppes offers above the rim refreshment and is proud to sponsor the Big East Conference. Take a break from the action with a Schweppes seltzer. Enjoy 7 refreshing flavors such as black cherry, lemon lime, cranberry lime, and strawberry mango. Each Schweppes seltzer flavor provides a perfect touch for any occasion. Schweppes, a sparkling tradition since 1783 and the perfect way to elevate your everyday refreshment. Stop by your local food bazaar to get your favorite Schweppes seltzer for a slam dunk experience.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Put it in the box! This is your radio home for New York Mets baseball. 880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS FM HD2, New York. This
is an ENN Special Report. Now reporting.
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
Hi, everyone. How you doing?
Hello.
Welcome. Yes, welcome to ENN.
Ray-Ro.
You ever watch YouTube?
ENN tonight, it's brought to you by our friends over at Ramsey Mazda.
Sure is.
I'd like to start off ENN tonight by saying good evening to Don.
You know what? I wouldn't stand a chance with Ed Norton.
Wow, clean day.
Wow.
I had 2
It
rants.
was not a clean day.
I screamed at
It
my
was
co-host. I had a rant about the NHL deadline, the Howie Rose, actually.
Yeah, how about Howie stepping in?
Well, we still have some time here. Good evening to Don.
Join our bracket challenge.
Good evening to Don.
It is so annoying.
There you go. Good evening to Don.
How you living? What?
Oh.
Thank you.
I really like that one.
No, that's good. No, you know what? They're not as scared.
Oh.
Good. Sometimes too soon is not soon enough.
Good evening to myself.
Oh, Alan, let it go gray.
That one was weird.
That's also so. Peter
Clean
had
day.
a clean day.
Nothing happened.
No.
Nothing to see here, folks.
Not a clean day.
Good evening to Marco.
Satan John closes out.
Don, you heard me catch it real time.
You did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Could have
You
let
were
it
right.
go.
We thought maybe it was Seton.
Satan John.
I love it.
That's right.
He's-
Good evening to Geno Smith.
That really happened.
What was that again? Gino?
That was when he was mic'd up?
No. It's when a blitz was coming and no one picked it up, neither did he, and he knew he was about to get killed. So he yelled, "Oh my God," and just threw the ball away.
See, that's
the most what a relatable moment as a football player.
You know?
That's an honest moment, right?
We all would have been that, like the same way.
He's
it was Aaron Donald. Well, that's different.
Yeah.
That's someone who could kill you.
It's come on.
He could
I'm
physically
running.
kill you.
That you would have almost understood if instead of saying, "Oh my God," he just said,
"Yep,
our Father who art in heaven."
I have a sick. You remember Pros versus Joes?
Oh yeah.
Oh sure.
I was always like, I wish that there's a thing that you could do, where like every once in a while, you got to see a Joe, a regular Joe, a fan, not just like go up in a silly contest against a pro. I want to see a regular person who talks about football. Just because I'm sick. I just want to see them like dropped in at left tackle once for one NFL play.
Left tackle.
Oh, yeah.
It would look like the commercial where it's like, the crossing guard. Have you seen that commercial?
Yes.
It's the State Farm where it's like, when you get the wrong kind of guard.
That is.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it would look like.
It would be like if I got dropped in at, you know what? Yeah, call me right guard. Lined up against a guy who's 6'8", 295.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even look like there was a person in front of them.
No.
You would think they would be no impedance whatsoever, just running straight. There's not a human. The other day we had Randy Orton on set at the post show for Elimination Chamber.
Mm-hmm.
When Randy Orton was sitting next to me, I was like, the fact that him and I would in DNA be made up like almost the exact same, like we are the exact same species. Randy Orton and I are both the humanitas, Ameritarius male. I just made those things up. The fact that we are
believed
both,
it. You sold that nicely.
Thank you. The fact that we are both human males is hilarious. We are not the same creature. Like he is literally. Some of these guys, you see them and you go, these are different humans altogether. I would love. I'm trying to think of what position. Do you think there's any other position in sports I'm not thinking of
Center.
where you would see a regular person
in the
get
NBA.
more man? But
Victor
center in the NBA?
Wembanyama standing next to an average human. Shaq standing next to an average human. Yao Ming standing next to an average human.
And like you're supposed to D them up.
Yeah, and you have to stop him from going to the back. Like, it's just
Shaq's
stupid.
the best example. I mean, Shaq, there's no better example.
Yeah. Well, Wilt Chamberlain, like, just
there's not these aren't real people.
We're all from the same species. We're just not the same.
Well, I was just thinking, in what other realm of species is there such a dramatic difference between people, or between different species? Like if you have a bald eagle, there's not a bald eagle that's going to be so much stronger and better. No, and then I thought about it. The reason for that is that we would be considered the runts that they would have killed.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So if everybody
any chance that they would feed us? What about feeding us to the players?
Yeah, I think that we would just be thrown away. Like
when they feed, when they give like little mice to the snake.
Yeah.
That's about where we.
Yeah, but they don't give little snakes to the snake, because that's what Don's saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like all snakes are pretty much.
We're the only species that we don't kill. You know what I mean? Like we don't kill our weak.
Well, you see a horse. Now, some horses are better than others. Some are thoroughbreds, and some, or whatever. But they look fairly similar.
Right.
Right? There's no, there's Shaq, and then there's Don. Now, I thought about this, the pros versus Joes, right? We should do that at the Beach Bash, because we've got Rick DiPietro, we got Bart Scott. We know a lot of former athletes, right? We should do something like that. Everybody else is a Joe. We can get Wally Zerbiak to do a basketball one. Rick does hockey.
But what you could do, if you wanted to make it pure humor, you would make it an internal radio station Joe's versus Pros game.
Right.
Like
what game?
That doesn't sound fun.
All of the non-athletes up against the athletes in some sort of physical challenge.
But what game could
not fun for the non-athletes?
Bart has always wanted to do this.
Samwell on standby.
Yeah, Samwell Payne.
Yeah, that'd be Payne.
But Bart has always fantasized about the idea of having callers who would talk, who argue football with him. Then he's like, "All right, line up Oklahoma. See if you agree or disagree now." You know what I mean?
Well, I'm glad you went there. That leads us to our first story today.
Okay.
Russell Westbrook decided that yesterday was a day he wanted to chat it up with the media.
What you got? No, you. Yeah, you make a lot of statements and broad statements that you have no context. So where do you get your context from? Are you in practice? Are you at our film session? Are you anywhere around the building? No, I haven't seen you at practice. The false context of, and actually, do you know me? I know you. No, you don't know me, but you make a lot of comments as though you do know me. So you don't know anything about me. Thank you. That's good. Anybody else? You guys have any comments about how we play? You guys are quiet today, but you guys have a lot of comments when the game's going on, and after the game, what we doing, what we should be doing, how we should be doing it. I'm confused.
You guys have the worst record in the NBA.
Cool.
You guys have been bottom 3 in offense and defense throughout the year.
Perfect.
So, I think that's fair.
What's fair?
It's fair to point that out.
That's been pointed out, but that's not the only thing that's been talked about. We've been the worst record for a long time now. So this is your time. This is the floor to say it. You think that we should have success, right? It's not an easy job to do. And I think the respect level is that we respect y'all. We respect what y'all do. Y'all come in, y'all make y'all comments, and nobody say nothing. I don't have to sit back and not say nothing. I've been the media is, that's been my thing and been down the road. But as a leader of this team, it's my job to speak up for the guys in the locker room.
Wow.
Well, I need more context.
Was there a specific thing, Alan, that he's referring to?
I really, I've only seen the video. And I guess, look, they're 14-50. It's pretty plain. They suck.
Right.
And for whatever reason, he just decided that he was tired of reading or seeing reports from people in that area in Sacramento reminding everybody, yep, they still suck. Right? And so he couldn't take it anymore. And now, I don't know the coverage in Sacramento. I don't know if maybe it was getting personal. Maybe there were attacks about the team and about the players on the team, and maybe guys in the room were getting frustrated, and he thought, okay, I'm going to stick up for the guys. It was a very odd thing to do, but Russ has been like this throughout his whole career. People are championing this and thinking this is a great thing, holding the media accountable for what they say. And again, you heard the one reporter, his voice was cracking. That was bizarre. Because in that moment, you just look and you go, Russ, your team's bad, man. Like, what do you think people are going to say? You've been in the league long enough to know. This comes with it.
The context I need is, like, who's in the room. Because if there is somebody in that room that covers the team, means they're at every game, they're at every practice, they're at every shoot-around, I don't think that you got a kick coming there. Because, I cover this team. I'm with you. I take advantage of whatever access I'm allowed. I can't be in the trainer's room. I can't be in the locker room with you, but I'm everywhere. So, I have a right to say it. But unfortunately, there might be a lot of guys in that room that are killing the team, and they're not at practice, and they don't go to every game.
Yes.
And they're not talking to the players, and they're not going into that room and holding themselves accountable for what they say. Those are people that I can understand him going after them, because that's BS, man. If your job is to cover that team and you're there every day, then you should have a right to go after them. And then when you go after them and you're in the room the next day, if you kill them after a game and the next practice you're in there, you have a right to kill them. But unfortunately, we live in a world now, guys, where you're shooting Scud missiles from on the other side of the country, and you're not in the room and you're not doing the work. And I can understand players getting ticked off at that, because I have found that when I'm around, I don't get treated that way, because they know I'm around. They know I'm doing the work, whatever I covered.
Right.
But when you're parachuting in and out, you're there sometimes, and then on the days where you have the big article or have the big monologue, and then you're not there conveniently, I could see players losing respect for a media member like that, and they should.
Yeah, if that's specifically the thing, I agree.
Right, but I don't know if that's.
I don't know if that's the thing either.
And
Are you
that's
just saying no one has a right because you're not around everything they do, so you can't. You don't know me personally, so you
then
can't
that would
speak
be unfair,
about what I'm
I,
doing.
I can't go. I can't go in the room right after the game. I can't be on the charter with you. You know, I'm not going out to dinner with your wife after. I can't.
Listen,
if that's the standard, then you're saying nobody should kill me.
Listen, I faced this one season when I covered the Islanders, where the whole room was against me. And it was
Don Stratus.
No, because this is what happens though. No one else traveled. I was the only one traveling, and so they almost look at you like you're around all the time. You know, you shouldn't. It's almost like you're part of us, right? You're always here.
That's wrong by them.
And it's like, but guys, like I know I'm around all the time, and I'm the only one that's around. So you just get used to me being around, but it's not. I'm not. I have to do what I do. And you know, there were a couple of stories they didn't like, but you have to do the job. You face it, you go through it, and then it's over. But the one thing you do is when they get mad, you got to like go back and say, well, what was it? Like you got to have specifics. Russ was talking in generalities. Oh, you have a lot to say. You do this. You do. Okay, Russ, give me an example, because a lot of them were like, "What are you mad at?" Like they're all looking at each other. It sounded like they were looking at each other like, "What did I write?" Like you're here all the time.
Right.
You have a lot to say. Why don't you say it now? Like what? What do you mean?
Okay.
You know, like it's like, all right, give me one example. Tell me one thing that you saw I wrote that pissed you off, and you want to talk about it. Don't talk in generalities.
Yeah, it just
and that's what he did there.
Listen,
it was it looked like he was just kind of fed up.
It sounds like bad guy out of him.
He's not a
but
bad
I'm just
guy.
saying, I do think that athletes go through more now than they ever did, because everybody's got a blog and everybody's on social media.
That's
and
the
everybody
problem.
is considered they cover the team, and everybody's got an opinion. So back in the day, listen, if those Islanders went after you, bad job out of them. They should have respected the fact that you're the one guy that's always there.
Look, Don, I'm not, they weren't wrong to be mad. They were right to be mad, and we had to have it out. What I'm saying is they did it the right way. They didn't hide it, and they didn't. They came right to me saying, "We got a problem." Like, okay, let's talk it out. Like, I'd rather that. Give me specifics.
Right. But that's a different issue, because where they were wrong was thinking that because you were around all the time that you should have given them. You should have been.
Yeah. There's
vanilla.
this weird loyalty thing
no.
the lines are blurred when you're the only guy on the trip. Yeah,
that's not the way it works. That's not the way it works. But I do feel bad for the modern day athlete, because instead of having to deal with the 4 or 5 guys in the newspaper, a couple of radio guys, a couple of TV guys, it's literally thousands of people, and you don't know what's real and what's not. What's some, as Michael Kay would call him, Cheeto dust eater in the basement throwing it out there, or a guy that covers every game.
But it's Sacramento. It's very small. You're not. It's not like you're dealing with 10 members of the media. There's not a lot.
Yeah, how
there.
many articles are getting written about?
That's what I mean.
Sacramento?
Like it's the Sacramento Bee. There's one paper. So,
LeBron James breaks the all-time field goals record. Let's hear from LeBron.
At the end of the day, just being linked in my name, being mentioned with some of the greatest that ever played this game it's always been humbling and a pretty cool, it's a pretty cool thing. I grew up watching, reading, idolizing a lot of the greats. And, if I ever was able to be a part of the NBA, I wanted to, put myself in a position where I could be named with some of the greats, by doing something right. So that's pretty cool.
Now, last time I said hot take, it turned ugly. But here's my next hot take that hopefully will be received better. Is he reached compiler level? Because I believe he has. Like, he's a great player, no question, but he's been around so damn long. These records are starting to fall. I think he's at compiler level now, no?
Well, it is time served.
Is
and he's still playing at he still plays at a high level too, which there's really been no drop off. But Don, he already is the all-time leading scorer.
Right.
So this was inevitable.
This is just field goals.
Yeah. So I mean, we're beyond, of course, greatness is already understood.
Yeah.
But now it's just like, you've been around so damn long, man.
But that's Kareem too. Let's be
all
honest.
These things are going to tumble down.
The guy whose record he keeps breaking was the same thing.
Yeah.
Kareem's the closest one, right? Played 21, 22 seasons, whatever it was.
Yeah, that's right.
So it does make sense.
He's better than Kareem was.
Way better. Kareem's numbers.
Kareem was good.
Kareem was good, but go look at the last few years of Kareem's numbers. There's if I recall, a pretty solid drop-off, more than we're seeing from LeBron, whose numbers still are pretty wild.
He might be close on a lot of different things now because of again, like you said, the longevity.
What's there left for him to do?
Record-wise?
Yeah.
Most points, most field goals.
Obviously, he won't have most threes. That's not his game.
No, and he's not going to break championships.
Well, yeah, but there's going to be a lot of records that are going to fall.
I had the pleasure of talking to CC Sabathia on the Ebro Laura Rosenberg program.
I've heard of
Mushnick there.
Sure, no Mushnick, though I did ask him about that too, but that's not what this clip is. But yeah, you can find the show on YouTube. We do a nice job. Anyways, here's CC. Is the question included here, Anthony, or is this just the answer? All right,
I believe it's just the answer.
All right, this is me asking him about, has he ever pulled Judge aside to talk to him at all about sort of the pressures that come with the need to win a championship as a Yankee?
There's really nothing you can do. There's really nothing you can say, right? But except win a championship. I feel like the one person that can really talk to him or understand kind of what he's going through is Alex. Alex came here in 2004, put up incredible numbers, won 2 MVPs, and it didn't matter until he, hit in the playoffs in 2009. And, like everybody says, if he doesn't come up clutch like he did in all of those series, we don't win. So, like you said, Judge had his best playoffs last year, and I think he just needs to continue to hit in October. And one of these years, they'll end up, raising that trophy. But the only person I feel like that can kind of relate to what Judge is going through is Alex.
First of all, Peter, great question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you.
Second, I think Alex had it worse. Because when he got here, it was almost like LeBron. Not 1, not 2, not 3.
Yeah.
And they just won the 1. Judge, he's feeling it, but he'll always have the cloak of he's an original Yankee. So he's got it bad, but anybody that comes here and the expectations are high that there's going to be championships, I always felt like it was worse for Alex. I could be wrong, but that's my opinion. You're a Yankee fan, Alan. What do you think?
Yeah, I because you're homegrown, I don't think Alex is as relatable because Alex came here, wanted to be here, had already had a career before him, was already a great player coming in, and joined a team that had winners on it.
And his first year was, what, 2004?
Yeah.
So it was, we're going to win the World Series this year. Like, nobody was saying that when Judge came up in 2016.
No.
It really became more of a thing after 2017
and it was
when they
never
went to
his
Game 7.
And, Don, it was really never his team. It was never his team.
No, but he was the best player.
Well, but it was never his team, though. This is Judge's team. There's no question whose team it is.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just a different. I can't think of a comp because you can't say Jeter. That's not the comp. Jeter came in and was part of a veteran group and was part of winning right away. Is Mattingly, like, who can he relate to? This is his team. He's the face of the franchise.
Right. It's, I guess, Mattingly
every other face of the franchise in the history of the Yankees has a ring on his finger.
Yeah, Mattingly too. Like, it never became a thing for Mattingly until after the fact. You almost felt sorry for him.
Yeah.
Because Mattingly was never on teams as good as Judge is on until he got to the end.
Yep.
Like none of those
last year.
late 80s and early 90s Yankees teams were as good as this one.
Right.
But I will say this, I don't think any of the Yankee teams currently were as good as the one Alex was on. Alex joined a team that had won a World Series in 2000, went to the World Series in 2001, went to the World Series in 2003, and he was supposed to be the missing piece. So I think it was way worse for Alex.
Now, speaking of Alex went and was at the White House yesterday.
Yes, he was.
Hanging out with Donald Trump. I'm not exactly sure what they were discussing. But one thing that I did see today was a lot of people were showing the change in the relationship between A-Rod and Trump, and we're posting some of Trump's tweets about A-Rod in 2012. The details with which this man was slaughtering Alex Rodriguez. October 10th, 2012. I don't think Obama will do well in the second debate. He's psyched out, just like A-Rod. October 10th, 2012, same day. A-Rod must be dropped in the Yankees lineup tonight if they want to win. He simply can't perform without drugs. October 11th, 2012.
Big sports
Great
fan.
move to take A-Rod out of the game. Now terminate his contract based on misrepresentation, parentheses, drugs. And it goes on. It goes on and on. But I guess Alex has let bygones be bygones.
Now we're
honestly, he heard way worse.
Yeah.
It's true. From people who didn't end up being president of the United States. It's a great
That's
point.
pretty
That'll
good.
do it for ENN on this Friday evening. It was brought to you by our friends at Ramsey Mazda. Get more for your money at Ramsey Mazda, like a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 or the CX-90. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda.
How you living, what?
Let's get them on the phone lines for the last call crew. We have a full half hour to take you guys home with your calls. 1-800-919-3776.
Drury
last call
quotes
crew.
too.
And we have Chris Drury quotes. A lot to get to, and I need to talk to you guys about how your Friday nights can get better and a little bit louder because of NBA's Happy Hour live on FanDuel. Every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern, FanDuel's running limited-time specials to pregame your weekend. We're talking boost, bonuses, surprises, all dropping right in the app, all right? So whatever your routine is on Friday, finish up the show, maybe a little dinner time. How about you squeeze in and jump in with this new hoops tradition, the perfect way to kick off the weekend, all right? Maybe you want to throw down on the Jason Tatum return tonight in Boston. It's all there for you with this Friday energy. NBA Happy Hour every Friday, 6 to 7:30, only on FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Visit FanDuel.com/local to get started. 21 and over, physically present in New York, opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amounts. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For all with a gambling problem, call 877-HOPE-NY, 467-369 on text.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Talk about stepping up. Bang! Bang! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
Wild Turkey Bourbon and ESPN New York are bringing you the ultimate New York game day.
2 games, 1 damn day. We're kicking things off today at Supply House at 1647 2nd Avenue starting at 9 p.m. Stop by for wild turkey tastings, exclusive giveaways, and your chance to win an epic New York sports experience. Opening day energy in the Bronx, Knicks at night vibes, all in one unforgettable day. So grab your crew and experience wild turkey at Supply House today. Must be 21 or older. Drink responsibly.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert spine care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, get Verizon Fios and Alina Mobile for just $64.99 a month. Get Fios 300 megabit per second for $20 a month. And unlimited welcome for $45 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Plan prices require auto pay. Additional terms apply. For welcome unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic in times of congestion.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Rings End is your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. They're your store for quality with a full line of brilliant and durable Benjamin Moore paints. They're your store for inspiration with thousands of colors and a variety of sheens. And Rings End is your store for expertise with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. Insist on Benjamin Moore paint from Rings End because the gorgeous color you love can't be matched in another brand of paint.
50 years from now, will jeans be wide or skinny? Will email still exist? Will guac still be extra? One thing is certain. If you won the new Millionaire for Life from the New Jersey Lottery today, you'd still be getting $1 million every year for life. That's enough money to say, bring it on, the future. I will have that guacamole at any price.
Play the new Millionaire for Life today. Anything can happen in Jersey. Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now, but I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code VAN for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code VAN for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code VAN.
There you go, Donnie. This is Darius Rucker, what it's like to be a man. It's a dad talking to his son.
I like Darius Rucker. Big Hurricanes fan, too. Like Dolphin fan. Because the Dolphins make him cry.
The Dolphins do make him cry, but this song will make you cry.
I want to listen to the whole thing. I don't want to be all judgy.
No, I'm going to send it to you. I thought I did already, but it's a great song.
Chris Drury spoke.
Yep.
He talked about Adam Fox. You know, whether he needs to convince Adam Fox to, be a part of where this team is going. He says, we're thrilled he's a Ranger and continues to be. We're happy he's here and looking forward to seeing him back on the ice.
Okay.
All right. And he also had a comment about Well, Drury was asked why he thinks the summer might be a better time than now for some of these trades. There's a certain amount of teams, obviously, that are pushing towards getting into the playoffs. Teams and rosters look to get reset and do different things in the offseason. Teams will be looking at free agents and different things and maybe moving draft picks once picks are set in stone after the lottery and after the playoffs. Now, we had mentioned that. So a lot of factors that go into it, and we'll certainly be ready and optimistic when and where we can. And I was looking, I don't know if I'll be able to find it.
What are you looking for? Tell me.
Tom Fitzgerald, the general manager of the Devils, said almost the exact same thing. Is that, no, because you do not move players that are under contract at the deadline.
Right.
If you're losing, you move players that are going to become free agents.
Right.
The bigger moves. Nobody is looking to make a monumental, earth-shattering deal at the deadline. If you're in contention, you don't want to disrupt the chemistry of your team by adding something overly significant. How are you supposed to move around the salary cap money? Do you know you've got teams that are dressing the e-bug as the backup because they need to get under the cap?
Yeah. For those who don't know, the e-bug is the emergency backup goalie.
That is making no money so that they don't have to dress
usually is
the
a
backup
local
goaltender.
Yeah, a local guy that shows up at the arena, yeah.
So how are you supposed to make all these monumental moves for a 20-game run? Like, that's not what happens. You add a free agent we're already 75% through the last year of his contract. It's negligible money. The Rangers and the Devils, the two teams that basically didn't do anything at the deadline. Devils didn't do a thing. At least the Rangers did move Sam Carrick for a third-round pick, and what was the other move that they made?
Brennan Othmann, which, by the way, people are upset about the return for, which
There's no one happy with anything. Like, it's unreal.
Right, but the thing is that you're not going to go scorched earth with your franchise at the deadline. That doesn't mean that during the summer you're not going to take a cold, hard look, and that's when maybe you can move Trocheck, or maybe the Devils decide, maybe are we going to sign Nemitz? Are we going to make a move for him? What are we going to do with Dougie Hamilton? Will we trade Dawson Mercer? All these guys have contract. They have got term. These do not get moved at the deadline. You said it with the NBA. You don't make a Giannis-type move at the deadline.
Correct.
You make those types of moves during the offseason. So I'm not telling you to love Fitzgerald with the Devils. I'm not telling you to love Drury. I'm just trying to give these guys a break. All right? It's a lot easier to make moves in fantasy. But in reality, it's really difficult to move these things when you've got a clock ticking and you've got one team that's out of it and the other team's trying to do something to try to make the playoffs or solidify their roster. So a lot easier to pick up a guy that's got almost nothing left on his contract as opposed to, I'm going to go pick up Vincent Trocheck. And then the Rangers are like, I'm not giving him away for nothing. He's got 2 years left on his contract.
Yeah, he's too valuable of a guy that I know if I'm going to move him, I can get more for him in the offseason. I said this. There's a lot of times where there was an old way, and I remember this because I covered many trade deadlines, the shotgun wedding thing, this sense of I got to do it now. If I don't do it now, I won't have the chance to do it in the offseason or whatever, or somebody else. I might have a rival get him instead, and I can't afford that. There also was a better delineation in the NHL between the haves and the have-nots. When you knew you are a legit cup contender, and this player could put us over the top. This move could change everything for us. And that's not the case in these days. You had your rant earlier, Don, about just the format in the playoffs makes it difficult because you could be out in the first round, second round just because you're playing another top-tier team.
Right.
So instead, you make these moves in the offseason when you know I'll have a whole year that I could get into this thing and I know where I am in the draft. That's why you just don't see these types of deals get done at the trade deadline. It doesn't mean they're done moving, though.
And here's what Fitz said. He said there's a lot of teams not willing to move pieces because they're in a playoff spot or because they're out of a playoff spot, but still believe in their players and want to give it another go. That's how I read the situation.
There you go.
Now,
there's no desperation.
Here are the comments.
Okay.
He doesn't deserve his job. Another comment. I hope he gets fired and never gets a job in the NHL again.
Do you know, Don, the comments, here's the part I was looking at because the Islanders did make a move.
Right.
And they actually also did another move where they because some people thought that J.G. Pajot might be on the move because he's up, and they ended up giving him a 3-year extension. So they're keeping him. So between Schenn and the Pajot news, and by the way, the first round pick they gave up for Schenn it's not their pick. It's Colorado's pick. It's going to be it's a like glorified second round pick. And the prospect they gave up is a goaltender who's, because you have one, Sorokin's not, so anyways. And then Drury, who was on your roster, who was doing nothing. He was not doing anything for you. You actually move away from him and bring in somebody that can do a lot more than he can. And all the comments are, this is amazing that Matthew Dar should be fired. Are you kidding me? The job he's done with
honestly,
this franchise,
this is why
and you're saying
media.
He should be fired.
But just where Rangers and Devil fans and Islander fans can't agree on anything. They all hate each other, right? Here are the comments after the tweet about Drury.
Okay.
Vince Micagliano sent the tweet. Why don't you ask him why he sucks at his job? Summer will be a great time for him to get started searching for a job. Maybe give him a head start. Fire him now.
Oh, my God.
And then you say in the Islander, and I like it. Fans are never happy.
This is as good as the Islanders have been in a couple of years. They're really competitive. They have a really good roster. They just added to depth at center, which Don, tell me about how important the depth at center is for an NHL team. Come on.
That's exactly what they need. Listen, don't even worry about that.
Oh, my God.
I'm really bullish on the Islanders. Michael K texted me.
Oh.
He said, remember when we had Trump on, he killed Alex Rodriguez. This was like 20 years ago. We had Trump on.
Wow.
I took off that day. So I was not on. So I never got a chance to. He probably forgot about that. There was it was, I think, when the show was 10 to 1.
No drops from that? No drops at all?
Yeah, the only thing is he said, because it was The Apprentice.
Right.
We had him on to promote The Apprentice.
Mm-hmm. And he said someone was fired. Let me get
that's what he did. Joey, you're fired. But like what's the ring announcer?
Michael Buffer.
Buffer.
No.
He wasn't allowed to do it?
No, he didn't say it exactly the way he said it on The Apprentice. Because how did he say it on The Apprentice? You are fired? Something like, and with Joey, he just said you're fired. Like, he wouldn't say it exactly the same way, I guess.
I think it's the reverse, but I get what you're saying.
It might be the reverse. I didn't watch The Apprentice. Didn't interest me. But, yeah, so the one time we had Donald Trump on, I was off. I'll give you $10,000 cash if you could tell me, because I did updates at the time. Who filled in for me doing updates?
On that day?
On that day. And got a chance to
Ryan Ruka.
Talk. No, that's a good guess. That's a good pull.
Ray Dinahan.
Ray Dinahan's not a good pull. Was that on the air you said that?
Yep.
No.
I love Ray. Ray did do updates. It's not the craziest thing I've ever seen.
I'm going to tell you.
Really?
He is somebody pretty significant in this business.
Oh.
More on the B-ball side. I'm not taking the $10,000 off the table because I gave you a hint.
He's significant on the B-ball. And
huge following. Not Ruco. Big basketball guy, though. Huge following. And you both know him.
John Rothstein.
Bang.
Well done, Alan.
Nailed it.
How about you?
He knows a good restaurant, I'll tell you that. He knows college basketball. He knows a good restaurant.
This is March.
This is March.
He can be much, a lot. I shouldn't even say much. He could be a lot. But I love the guy.
No, he's such an amazing resource. By the way,
yes,
this I find interesting. Our own George Sedano, reporting for ESPN NBA, says Tatum not only will start tonight against the Mavs here in about 20 minutes, he's has no minutes restrictions.
What? No.
That's
BS.
That's hard to believe. Well,
that's
I mean,
George is
not going to lie.
It's stupid.
No minutes restrictions. How do we feel this is going to go, guys?
Listen, tonight or overall?
Overall.
Man, it's so hard to say.
They can say he'll have no minutes restrictions.
Yeah, right? Does it, They can say it. Does it matter?
But it doesn't make sense. You've got a guy literally playing in the NBA for the first time since last May. How would there not be restrictions on him?
I mean,
I know he played in the
everybody.
G League and all that. He's going to go out there and play 40 minutes. Come on.
Aaron Gordon missed the last 17 games with a hamstring. He's on a minutes restriction.
All right, here we go.
Oh,
predictions.
Okay.
Everybody, amount of minutes Jason Tatum will play tonight. I'll start with Don.
15.
Alan.
20.
Peter.
23.
I like what we did there.
Yeah.
And my overall prediction is that he will not make it to the playoffs. He'll get hurt. He'll re-injure himself.
Oh, what? No.
Wow.
I'm not
that's
make
not
predictions.
crazy.
No,
that
that's not
happens. Kobe came back. He was came back one of the fastest to come back, and all he had for the rest of that season was just injury, and then I think he fractured the leg or something, and then he was done. It's very difficult to do, and to parachute in right now is extremely difficult. I'm not rooting against him. This is an amazing story.
I'm not rooting against him either.
But this is one of those that you're like I'm watching with great curiosity. And remember, the next 3 games after this is a bit of an easy one. The next 3 are all contenders: Cleveland, Spurs, Thunder, all on the road.
Yeah, and no minutes restrictions.
And no minutes restrictions. Okay.
Apparently, Pierre LeBrun asked Gary Bettman about the NHL playoff format and whether there's any chance it'll change coming up with a new CBA.
And?
I'll give you that. And the last call crew next.
Wow.
Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
18th ranked St. John's close out the regular season on the road against Seton Hall. Coverage begins today at 8:40 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
March is here, and the madness is underway. Schweppes offers above-the-rim refreshment and is proud to sponsor the Big East Conference. Take a break from the action with a Schweppes Seltzer. Enjoy 7 refreshing flavors, such as black cherry, lemon lime, cranberry lime, and strawberry mango. Each Schweppes Seltzer flavor provides a perfect touch for any occasion. Schweppes, a sparkling tradition since 1783, and the perfect way to elevate your everyday refreshment. Stop by your local food bazaar to get your favorite Schweppes Seltzer for a slam dunk experience.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
New year, new season, same goal. Feel good and stay in the game. But if neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica is holding you back, it's time to handle it. I'm Bart Scott, and I'm telling you to call Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is an Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he specializes in getting people back to living pain-free. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided treatments that work. Same day or next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Stop playing through pain. Go to SandwellPain.com. Relief starts today.
Join ESPN New York for a huge rivalry night at the Calandras Italian Village in Caldwell, New Jersey. Play-by-play voice of the Devils, Don LaGreca.
What a pitchfork in this one!
And the Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg Show are taking over for a special live broadcast and Devils versus Rangers watch party on Wednesday, March 18th. Join the guys starting at 3 p.m. for a special happy hour and broadcast. Then stick around for the 7 p.m. puck drop with big screens, great food, and the best fans in hockey all under one roof. Reservations are recommended. Brought to you by Calandras Italian Village.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge, and Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Wild Turkey Bourbon and ESPN New York are bringing you the ultimate New York game day. 2 games, 1 damn day. We're kicking things off on Saturday at PJ Wine at 4898 Broadway starting at 3 p.m. Stop by for Wild Turkey tastings, exclusive giveaways, and your chance to win an epic New York sports experience. Opening day energy in the Bronx, Knicks at night vibes, all in one unforgettable day. So grab your crew and experience Wild Turkey at PJ Wine this Saturday. Must be 21 or older. Drink responsibly.
This song makes me cry because I love it so much. I'm going to take a knee on my tees.
Take a knee?
It was comments from last year, so I'm not going to bother.
Oh.
I just don't know how to read. I'm a moron, as Peter pointed out earlier. 1-800-919-3776. Last call, crew. Anthony, Fair Lawn. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Anthony?
Hey, what's up, guys? So in light of that couple calling up, possibly naming their son after Jackson Dart, I have a similar story. So my wife and I are diehard Giants fans. Right before Super Bowl 42, I said to her, if the Giants somehow pull off this miracle, we have to name our firstborn boy Eli.
Okay.
She said, okay. Well, come to find out, she thought I was joking because 4 years later, we're having a boy, and I'm so excited. I'm telling everybody we're naming him Eli. And she said, what are you doing, you moron? We're not naming our son Eli. We're naming him after my father. And I said, no, you promised me. She said, no. So we get into a huge fight. And in order to appease me, she says, we'll name our second son Eli. So fine. The thing is, I knew my wife adamantly only wanted 2 kids. So when I found out 2 years later, now Eli has 2 Super Bowls, that I was going to have a girl, I was excited. But I was a little upset that it wasn't going to be an Eli. And so I said to my wife, you know what this means? We have to try for a third. We have to have a third child. And long story short, my daughter's name is Ellie, and I go around telling everybody she's named after Eli Manning.
Nice. I like
wow.
that. I do.
Or you
like
know what you could have done, Anthony? You know Eli's wife's name?
No.
Allie. Because remember, Michael would always say the great the Allie McGrew. So Allie, that could have worked.
Yeah.
It could have worked.
But you know what?
You did
right. But here's the difference in Anthony.
She's 11, so I think it's too late.
Yeah, it's way too late. It's 11 years too late. No, but I love the call. But you know what? The difference there is your wife is also a big Giants fan. And Eli had already established himself. Even if he had lost that Super Bowl, he still was a quarterback that played in the Super Bowl. As opposed to Jackson Dart. I hope Jackson Dart becomes the next Eli Manning, next Phil Simms, next Y.A. Tittle.
Right.
But there's the possibility he could become the next Joe Pisarcik, and then what are you going to do?
Yeah, but so what? It's still a cool moment, right? It's somebody a player that at a time, like it's a story to tell. I have no problem with it.
It doesn't matter even if it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I don't want to tell. Well, it's not tell tales out of school. I just won't give you all the details. But people who know.
Yeah.
I know somebody who named his daughter Chloe after Ryan Chloe when he was a Ranger.
That's tough.
Okay,
that's tough. He was a Ranger for 5 minutes. It wasn't all that great.
But Chloe, again, Jackson is a very common, typical name. That when somebody says, "How'd you come up with Jackson?" Oh, it was the guy Jackson Dart. We just like the name. But Chloe, that's very specific.
But Peter, hear me out here. Now you're out of the conversation just because of the fact that you went with Jayden. That is a middle name. No offense. Middle names are, I don't want to say throwaways,
first name
but
of Jace.
You don't put as much thought in the middle name as you do the first name. Because let's face it, Maya could just decide I'm never going to let anybody know what my middle name is.
Well, but can I say this? I think it's funny. When you're about to have a baby, you put a ton of thought into the middle name, and then you realize, oh, yeah, middle names don't get talked about once you're not 3 months old anymore.
Right. Yeah. Or
it goes away a little bit.
Or you assassinate the president, and then it becomes a big deal.
All big.
Yeah,
although I will
say,
say,
the middle name is always there.
Maya having the J, the creation of the MJ nickname does strengthen your middle name a little bit.
I don't know if that was part of your decision process.
Oh, yeah. My dad's MJ.
Well, that's cool. So there was a lot going beyond just Jayden Daniels. But I'm just saying, at some point, somebody's going to ask you, why did you name Jackson? And you're going to say, I'm a big Giant fan after Jackson Dart. You know, if you name your kid Joe, nobody usually asks you. But if you were to tell a story, I named my kid Joe after Joe Pisarcik. In certain circles, you're either going to get who the hell are you talking about,
Joe Pisarcik,
or a Giant fans be like, do you not like your son?
Not DiMaggio. We're going to go
Patterson.
Not even Joe Morris.
Not even Joe. Joe Morris would have been good, right?
His nickname, Peter, was Patterson Plank Joe. He was the one that fumbled the football trying to hand it to Larry Zonka on the Miracle of the Meadowlands, just in case for the
Herm Edwards play
that didn't live through the pain of that.
Mm.
And then he was the backup quarterback to Jaworski when they went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Raiders.
Oh boy!
And even though he was the backup quarterback, he can't. No, hell no, he can't. He can't wear a ring. That wouldn't be right.
I got to tell you, Joe Pisarcik is catching it today out of nowhere.
He's
minding his own business.
Right.
I don't know who would
walking
be
down the street.
Right.
Who's the? Now, unfortunately, I'm not making to make fun out. But who would be the Joe Pisarcik equivalent with the Jets? Now, you'd have probably a lot of options.
Are you kidding me? It's 90%.
But what's the one?
roster.
If you were the poll, a bad Jets quarterback, what do you think the consensus poll would be?
Bubby Brister.
That's a good one.
He handed it off to the wrong team once too.
Yeah, but Bubby Brister didn't he take the Panthers to a championship game?
Was
he the quarterback of the Panthers when they went to the championship
I'm
game?
sure he once did something good. You asked me in Jets.
When he first came in for the Steelers, he was a thing.
Kerry Collins took them. Kerry Collins was
he definitely won. I think he won a playoff game with the Steelers.
Brister did something somewhere before he became a Jet.
I think he took the Steelers to play the Chargers in a championship game.
He had a 1-1 record in 1989 with the Steelers in the playoffs.
All right, they won a playoff game.
So he won a playoff game.
Joe Pisarcik wouldn't. I don't think they let him in a building for a playoff game.
So this is again the whole. I want to apologize
poor man
to the Pisarcik family. No, to the Pisarcik family.
We're
who
sorry.
Today,
you know what?
They just wanted to enjoy a Friday, and they didn't know their favorite New York sports personality was going to
chose
destroy
violence.
them today.
I'm sorry.
That's it.
But
just
guys,
shredding this poor
Alan, did you before we wrap this whole thing? Alan, did you watch the music video that was done about all the players in the NBA named Jaylen?
I have not yet, but I know
we might have to.
It's on my algorithm.
Week. It is hilarious.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Don, the amount of players named Jaylen in the NBA is so insane percentage-wise. And there's a whole song about it that is going viral right now in the NBA world. It's just really fun.
And it kind of, not that it should bother me, but it's incorrect that my daughter is not named the same as
Jaylen.
She's Jaylen, Jaylyllynne.
Mm-hmm. I know, and
now
you
say it fast. I don't
fair.
blame people for it, but their name's not Jaylen. It's Jaylen.
I'm already on record, as we know. The Knicks win a championship.
You're having
baby
another
number 5.
No, they're going to have to bolt the door,
Brunson.
Peter.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say?
Well, if the Knicks win a championship, they're going to have to bolt the door.
Listen,
it's happening.
Sorry, I don't. I apologize for nothing.
Is your wife on board?
No, absolutely not. But at some point, she'll have to get on board,
right,
so to speak.
Or
mold that mattress, man.
How you living? What?
You're a sex-starved filth bag.
All right, no, that is true. Well, he's not sex-starved, but he is a filth bag.
What a weekend!
All right, Richard, we didn't get to you today, but you know what? Ty Butler's longing to take your call coming up next. And we'll be back with you tomorrow. Not tomorrow.
You want to
we'll
wave
back with you
bye-bye?
on Monday.
Monday.
You want to
Monday.
wave? Maya, you want to wave?
Maya, who's on YouTube.
How you living? What?
5 whole years, same sweet number in your ears. Check it in a year, check it in 5. This ain't my doing 5, but price is still alive. 25 a month, 5 whole years, same sweet